God. Wait, are we talking? Yeah.
We're good to go?
Whoa, hold on.
We're live.
Holy smokes, are we live?
We are live, guys.
Wow.
Tim's got us going on here.
He's got us live here. Ooh,
He's kicking us out
this is
fast.
hot mic. Hot mic.
Dane, you want me to bring it down?
All right.
So we are live, Anthony. Don't say anything inappropriate.
Well, first of all, Anthony needs to bring his mic back down to earth.
Do we have a camera on us
doing
at all,
way
Tim?
up there.
I think the idea is that I will say something inappropriate and to bring the mic down for that.
Oh, check that out.
Got a
Okay.
bit of a delay here.
Sorry, I was
that's all right.
I was just cleaning my.
So
my
ignore what
there.
you see in the video when we're looking up on this screen because it is a delayed version of what we're doing. We are looking at the comments. Yes.
Dane's still frozen. Anthony's still cleaning his glasses.
Yeah.
I'm looking at headphones.
Make sure you turn off your Wi-Fi on your phones, folks. All right. Okay, turning off Wi-Fi on the phone now. I am going to turn on the feed on my
let
phone,
John
though.
stay on Wi-Fi?
Well, this is
for his purposes, yes.
I do not need my Wi-Fi, so I'm going to be turning that off. I'm going to pure cellular service.
All
Wow.
right.
Awesome.
I already feel faster.
Okay.
Amazing.
Look, the
There we
video
are.
screen hasn't even updated.
I would
Anyway,
actually prefer that to not even be there.
Yeah, it's just a distraction.
It is. All right, so what is today, Dane? What is today? What are we doing?
Today
Today's
is
Big
the
Cat
19th
Thursday,
of
though.
September, a traditionally very September-sounding month.
September Day.
Oh, right. I have a car over across the way, and it's getting some love.
Wow.
Yeah.
By another woman? By another man?
Both, actually.
Wow.
I mean,
Impressive.
sometimes things come in pairs, so...
Well,
we,
we all know Dane's all about pairs.
yeah, so
Likes two at a time.
I like to think that
Fruit,
I bought a
beers,
British car, and
sandwiches.
John, our buddy here, came all this way just to see a British car.
Just to see it.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes we got to do things a little unorthodox.
Sure.
You know.
So everybody here, we have John Hull from Clean and Shiny UK.
Yay!
Hey! I'm just showing it up
So-
there because you got to get right on it when
So
you
this
talk.
is this is
Yeah.
John's first time being here on a Q&A. He has chimed in before, and he has been a long-time listener, first-time.
Well, he's been on
First-time
your
guest.
side of the
First-time
screen,
guest.
folks.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been on
Long-time
this side of the
commenter.
screen.
First time guest.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to have him on here. And so, John, what are your thoughts? First thoughts. Do you
So
understand
far.
that this is going to get kind of crazy?
This room's huge.
It
Oh,
gets, yeah, a little strange.
Well, it's bigger than the closet we've been keeping him for the last couple
well.
days. So, so he came all this way. He brought over some delicious chocolates.
Yeah. So John and I actually went to Walmart an hour ago to get candy. We went candy shopping at Walmart.
I mean, it is
So-
the season for candy.
It
So.
was perfect time to go. Lots of great candies about.
Those are amazing.
Those are also
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Everything's just amazing. He brought us a fine selection of Cadbury chocolates, all the different types.
Those
so,
are really good.
yeah. I've been enjoying it. Are you? Should I take it away from you?
Take a bite.
It's kind of nervous there.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
All right.
Goodness me, that's amazing.
So Q&A Thursdays. What are Q&A Thursdays? This is where we answer your detailing questions. We hang out. Some of the answers may be what you want to hear. Some of the answers may be not what you want to hear. Sometimes the Q&A takes a turn for the worst. You can also go down the rabbit hole a little bit. But that's what we like to do. We have
It's
the most
live.
fun that way.
That's the beauty
Sometimes
of
we
it.
create lifetime stories about Dane and Liz.
Yeah, sometimes you concoct a whole narrative. So, I mean,
typically about
weird.
Dane and Liz.
yeah, it always seems to follow me somehow. So,
So if you guys
Thanks.
didn't listen to the podcast this past weekend, Anthony and his new bride went and had a lovely romantic dinner at Cracker Barrel.
Amazing. And I
And
was
what were the
thinking,
words that you guys said to each other while there?
why don't we come here more?
Exactly.
That's what
Powerful words, folks.
It is. That's all you need to say, because that's just how good Cracker Barrel is, and how much of an experience having that home style food, that feel good food that you all know and love. Everything from meatloaf to fried chicken, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and a little bit of fish fry on Fridays. Am I right?
Cornbread, little
honey,
bit of biscuits,
butter,
some honey,
biscuits,
a
gravy.
fireplace.
That's pretty much all you need. And then
Comfort food.
and then on the way out, maybe stop by and shop some souvenirs. Maybe check out some wooden chairs,
guns,
right? Pop
wooden
guns,
chairs.
things like that.
Trinkets.
Trinkets of all sorts.
Fine country living, so to speak.
Oh.
It really is. You know, I mean, forget the TV, forget the radio, forget the cell phone. All you need Or country trinkets is pretty much it.
Words to live by, folks. Words to live by.
You heard it here. Anthony telling it like it is.
And thanks for sponsor Cracker Barrel for sponsoring this week. So I'm just kidding. Someday,
This week's
guys.
Q&A brought to you by Clean and Shiny UK.
Technically, it is.
Well,
as
actually, we brought it to him. Well, no, he did come to us.
He
Never
came
mind.
to us, so-
All right, so we should probably start answering some
do it.
questions,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that is what we're here for.
Okay, so take it away, Levi.
Starting off, Hans closing in the door first before anybody else. He's very excited to be here. He's the first one through the door. Happy birthday, Hans. He was celebrating his birthday Monday, I believe, was his birthday. So
Happy belated birthday,
happy
Hans.
belated birthday, Hans. Rectangle with the so whoop.
With a swoop, yeah.
As per usual.
He also wants to know if we've seen Flex's new machine. Looks pretty cool. We have. We have not.
We've
other
not
than
experienced
we've
it
seen
yet.
pictures,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
we have not
So-
experienced it yet. Yeah.
Adam Thurman, the Terminator. Good day, TRC crew. Dane, I can't thank you enough for stopping by. That meant a lot on your long adventure home. Where can I get the air fresheners in the U.S.? He's talking
He's
about
probably
the
talking about clean and
UK
shiny ones.
air fresheners.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You have to
You-
come
you
here.
have to
Adam.
find
what I could
John.
do is send some to you.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
send
yeah.
one.
And
to
then
you.
you
They're
can-
not going to make it. You think that, you're going to have to actually send them to his house
He's just
because they're
gonna
not
keep-
going to
I
make
think
it
I
outside
have
of
one
that.
sitting on my desk still.
Your logo makes such a good air freshener design. It
Adam,
looks
if you put
so
in an
good.
order, I'll send you one. I'll
Here-
throw one in.
Here's the deal.
But make sure you say, Levi, throw in that air freshener.
I make it pretty obvious that they're my favorite air fresheners. Post them up on my Instagram. I talk
Yep.
about them. I smell them. I hoard them. I can never have enough of them.
You can never.
And the thing is they last quite some time.
Yeah.
But I double stack them sometimes because I really want that smell to just fill my lungs every time I sit inside my car.
Nice.
And I don't know how to describe it. Basically, when we were talking about air fresheners and talking about how when picking an air freshener scent, right? You brought up a good point, John, and you said that typically people associate best with a fruity smell or a more of a masculine smell, right? And it's either or. Sometimes people just don't like air fresheners.
That's right.
And so I think between the two that you have, the pink air freshener being my favorite is the fruity smell, and I really like
red,
that.
not
It's like a reddish pink. It's like a reddish pink.
It's
like
red.
a-
It's like a slightly
it's
lighter
a
red.
it's a magenta.
A magenta.
I don't think that's how it's pronounced.
And then
Kind of like manana, but
yeah,
not.
manana. But then there's the baby blue, which is more of like a bubble gum. How would you describe
Yeah,
the
it's a bubble gum.
The more of a bubble gum, but between the two, they're so good, and you can put them together and make a fruity bubble gum aroma, which I love. But yeah, I've had
I've
a lot
got
of
one
people.
in every car.
I do.
Sometimes two.
A lot
as
of people
well.
request. They say, "Hey, so I see the air freshener. What's so good about it?" I'm like, "You just have to smell it." Well, how do I smell it? You can't because it's in the UK. So then how do you have them? I have a connection.
I got a guy.
I got a guy. So what else can I say? Well, we can figure that out.
Adam,
no,
seriously, thank
I,
you.
I think I have one more.
Thank you.
Just put in an order for something, and just leave the comment. I'll throw it in for you. But that's all. I'm not throwing them in for everybody that leaves
we just don't have them. We just don't have them.
Adam, I'll push him because you did a really nice thing
yeah.
for me, and I appreciate
Yeah.
it a lot.
Dane will take the one out of his Volvo that's 6 or 7 months old. and
Yeah.
he'll
Yeah,
give that
I mean,
one
if
to
you're
you,
just
too.
looking for the look, it is a very good looking
Well,
air
it
smell
freshener.
smells
anymore.
like Dane now.
It
So
smells like cheeseburgers and french fries. Anthony always comments that Dane's
Man.
car smells like cheeseburgers every time he gets in.
well,
Like, are there french fries in
it's
here?
just a matter of if you're eating fast food in a car.
Yeah.
Eventually, it
Yeah,
smells
it's
like
gonna
fast
smell.
food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just-
Unless you have clean and shiny air fresheners, and then
Then it smells like fast food and clean and shiny air fresheners.
smells
So,
delicious.
Perfect
Ding.
combo.
All right, Danny Israel intro music. Ooh, fancy.
We got
Kyle
Tim
House.
doing that.
Wanted a more powerful vac for the garage, so I ended up buying a central vac made for a 10,000 square foot house.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's massive.
Amazing power. Combined that with the Levi crevice tool mod, huge time saver. Thanks, Levi. You're
Nice.
welcome, Kyle.
Central
I-
vacs are pretty
So
awesome.
explain your crevice
I
mod.
cannot take credit for the crevice tool
Oh.
mod. That is not me.
It's not
That is
you.
a buddy of mine, Creed Burns, a local
Okay.
detailer, that taught me that trick.
So what do you do for
I
your?
have to have a crevice tool to demonstrate
Oh,
it.
okay.
But basically, you take your crevice tool, and best way you could describe it.
Because you kind of like cut or shave off
say
the
you
end,
have
right?
let's say this is the end of the crevice tool and it's angled, right?
Mm.
We then do these jagged edges
Oh, that's
using
right.
a razor blade, and I just make teeth on the crevice tool so that it's basically you have a crevice tool that has teeth all the way around. So when you run it over, one, there's airflow, and you need proper airflow to create suction. So it'll allow air to pass through the surface because of the little jagged edges, but then they also act as little teeth, which help grab dog hair and things like that.
Yeah,
so,
and it'll be able to scrape stuff more.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's a great self-defense tool, too.
That, too.
Yeah, in case someone attacks you while you're vacuuming, you're
and
ready.
Remember, my crevice tools is about that long, so it's good. It's able to. It's like a short sword. I'm able to.
Yeah, it is.
Fend off.
It is. It is.
Would
fast,
not want to get jabbed by that
lightweight.
What I do is I aim for the mouth, suck in their lips,
punch them in the face.
punch them in the face. With it. So,
Bad, go away.
Oh man, we got Sydney Gwynn in the house.
Hey!
Hey y'all. We got Mike Frazier says hi, Johnny. And,
Hey, Mike.
and we got Rectangle says Daney. Welcome back, Dane.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Jason Davis, hey Radco team,
Hey,
Jason. And Dave Watson, hey
Oh,
guys.
hey.
Hey. How late is it over there?
It's 10:10.
Oh man, so
Okay,
it's
so it's
prime
Dave's-
time.
Dave's
TV
just
is what this
starting.
is.
He's
Yeah.
Probably
got a
just finished
burrito.
watching the football.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
yes, yeah.
He's probably got a burrito on his lap.
No, he's got
Lots of
he's got a
cheese.
couple hats on. He's because
Yeah.
Dave
Two
doesn't
hats,
just like to
three
wear
hats.
one hat.
Yeah,
He
I've got a
wears
lot of
sometimes
hats.
3 to
He's-
4
he's
hats at
two
a
hats.
time. So he gets the usage that he.
Stack all the way around.
Yeah, it's like a
Hat
great,
stacker.
great on
Yeah.
a sunny day.
Mhm.
Detailing outside, 4 hats knocks it out.
Why have one hat with a full brim when you can have 5 with just a little partial one?
Exactly.
You gotta tell me twice, sister. All right, Yoshi says, "Wow, on time today."
I know,
Howdy,
crazy, right?
y'all. It is crazy.
We
We
are.
have we have John downstairs running a very tight ship
He
today.
was like, I was helping a customer, my friend Shaquem, friend of the program, and I was like, dude, I gotta get you done because I gotta go upstairs. And he was like, oh, that's right, you're going live, all right. And then John like walked by, he's like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Like,
Yeah. I love it when people get it, you know? Like, you got a job to do. We got to help a lot of
I rung
people
him up.
out
He's
here.
like, I better get on the phone. Get up, get
and he's like, I'm going to go watch you. Bye.
Yeah. So
we got Danny Israel says Morgan looks different.
Oh, well,
Mm.
thank you. I'll take that as a horrible, horrible insult, but, you know, that's all right.
I think it's a good thing.
Venom 96600 says Billy Zane.
What? What?
That's in
well,
reference
because
to
we were talking a
joke.
few weeks ago about Billy Zane
Yeah,
joke.
yeah. Kyle House says, love that shirt, Dane.
Oh, thanks.
Everybody
Thought it was pretty sweet.
loves
Everybody
those
likes
shirts.
these.
shirts.
Do you want to know the unfortunate thing about those shirts, right?
They were only made for us.
Yeah.
They were only made for us, and they were only made in 100% cotton,
Mm.
and they were not
Shrink a little bit.
pre-shrunk. And shrink a little bit.
Mine's a little tight.
Mine shrunk a lot, right?
Well,
It-
you
I
don't know
washed
how to
mine
do
in
laundry.
cold water. What did you wash yours in? Hot water?
no, I obviously washed mine in cold.
Well, mine didn't
Right.
shrink nearly as much then
Well,
because it
Dean,
still fits
You
me.
didn't wash yours. We all know that.
I did wash it.
I'm not sure. I
Jeez.
washed mine. It
Oh,
shrunk.
man.
Yeah, mine shrunk too.
I don't know what to. I don't know what to say.
Super tight.
All right, so here we go. So Hans Closen says, thanks for the birthday wishes on the main show podcast, and Levi, thanks for the video message on Facebook.
You're welcome, Hans.
Aw.
You're welcome.
Hans,
You're
you just
welcome.
mean that much to us and all of us here at the Rag Company. Thank you
Mike
for being
Frazier
here.
back again says, hey, John. I think
Hey,
he didn't know
Mike.
there was a delay. So, and then Yoshi says he came all the way to see a running Jaguar. That's a great joke.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Mike says John's hiding behind the microphone.
Oh, you can move in this way, and that way we can just angle it.
Yeah, there we go.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Probably looks better on the feed. Venom 96600. Hey guys, welcome, John. Sorry I missed last week. Hope you're all doing well. Anthony missed you 2 weeks ago.
Well,
I know. I'm
well
back.
you're about to leave again.
Yep.
It's true.
All right.
Mr. GTube 26. Do you guys plan on remodeling the IK Foamer or Multi? I watched your video with Matt Mormon. So I'm confused. So
I think he doesn't know.
So,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, he probably
GTube
hasn't seen
26, the new Foam Pro 2s and Multi Pro 2s are on the website.
Yeah.
You
And
should
we
go
have
check 'em out.
videos on our
Fully
channel here
released,
showing us,
fully redesigned.
showing
And
them
then,
being used.
well-
Phenomenal piece of equipment.
And then there's something launching tomorrow.
And then there's something launching tomorrow.
Yeah.
Check out our Instagram story from
you're
Friday
gonna-
the 13th, or
You're gonna want to see
Instagram
that.
page. Check those out. It's pretty dope, man.
Big teaser.
So I think you'll like it. Danny Israel, hey John, welcome to this side of the pond. Very nice
you.
one. Delphine, hey guys, I really want to clean my tires to dress them, but I don't want to ruin the wax on my wheels, so I'm afraid of APC. Any clues? Delphine, short of just spraying all-purpose cleaner on a towel and wiping the wheels clean. I mean, you try to not get it all over the wheel. Spray it on and try not to get it all over the wheel. You could maybe cut a shield out of cardboard or something. You could like put over and then spray around if you want, like a stencil. Then scrub them and rinse them off. Like, I mean, there's not much more you can do. It's just that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, I typically would. I mean, if I'm trying to avoid getting product onto the wheel itself, I will spray it into the brush. So, for example, our tire brush that we have, our black tire brush, does a pretty good job of holding product in it pretty well. I'm also building up a pretty wicked lather. So when I'm cleaning the tires, spray some brake buster into their straight or power clean, whatever I'm using, straight into the brush around. Any of that excess runoff will typically run around the lip of the wheel. And then if I have to have a towel on the side of me to wipe it down and knock it down, I will. So something to keep in mind. But I'd just say it's part of the game there.
I'm getting dizzy.
Well, by the way, for anybody wondering where Morgan is, she's on the other side of the screen today. She's where Tim would be because Tim is putting the finishing touches on a very important video that'll be coming out on the channel
So
tomorrow.
Morgan, this is her first time ever doing this.
So she's running the comments.
But she's doing,
Morgan's producing this here.
Yes.
All right job. All right, so we got Nick Grooms says, hello from Nashville.
What's up, Nick?
Hello.
Speaking of Nashville, there's a new Nashville hot flavor, Buffalo Wild Wings, called Nashville Hot on the Hot Wings, right?
Oh, Nashville Hot Wings.
Not great.
Okay.
Tried it the other day. Wasn't a fan. I think it's going to go for more of that spicy, a little more of the pickle flavor. I think that's just a thing down there in Nashville with KFC, where obviously KFC was founded.
It was not founded there.
Oh, I knew that.
The great state of Kentucky. It was founded in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Wow, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Shout out to Utah. All right, let's keep
Christopher
going.
Beard, O&R washes. I prefer to use a 16/6 towels as my drying towels. Using Great Creature edgeless towels. Great towel, but hate the uneven cuts. Is there a similarly priced replacement that are cut evenly? Chris, I need you to clarify. Are you getting them from the rag company or what? So basically, if you're buying a case, yes, you may get one or two uneven cuts because you're buying in bulk. And we haven't fully quality checked each and every towel.
The price is lower because there's less labor involved.
Right.
But just making sure there's the correct number of towels
And
in
the color.
box. And the color's right.
Yep. But if you're buying individual towels from us, they should all be pretty square.
They are
and
hand inspected
perfectly
through and through.
cut. So I just want to make sure. So if you have, you can comment later or send me an email, levi@theragcompany.com for more. Triple C detail. Hey guys, I decided to change my business model after a new discovery yesterday. Unrelated question, but can I ceramic coat horse hooves? No.
Probably not.
Don't say. I mean, you shouldn't.
In the realm of things that are
however,
possible.
Stop you.
We did learn
But PETA
that
will.
horse cleaning,
It will.
that there is actually a very large market for horse cleaning. Equifuse
Equifuse, yeah.
was the company we used.
Yeah.
They provided the products, which was the soap,
The soap
that we
the
washed.
drying aid,
a drying aid
Like
that
that
is
shine
a shine
spray?
mist.
Yeah.
That is designed for horse hair and to help protect and.
Yeah, I
and
like how we
bead-
made it this
bead
far without
water.
even mentioning that a really,
That was
really
real-
wacky Wash Wednesday happened yesterday
No, but
that we
was
put out.
those were real products
Yeah, that's a real
for
thing.
horses.
Yeah.
So
for
it
horse
wouldn't-
detailing.
It wouldn't surprise me because horse hooves are keratin based, just like your hair and normal nails. They're just large fingernails, basically. So I'm sure with the different levels, let's say women's nails, the levels of product that they can put on, that it wouldn't surprise
They
me.
have
Something
spray,
out
they
there
have,
would
They
work.
have spray
Probably
polish
spray
that really,
hardener or
that like
spray
yeah,
polish
that
or
really.
something.
It's almost like
So-
a clear coat is kind of what they do. I wouldn't. So don't hold me to that. But
But you never know. So
So if you guys haven't seen the Wash Wednesday that launched yesterday, please go and check it
you've
out.
been
Please
living
go
under
watch
a
it.
rock if you haven't.
And
Please
don't just
share
watch it for yourself. Share it with somebody
Yeah.
who doesn't care about detailing videos.
Yeah.
Like share it with family who's just like, oh, cute, a mini horse,
Yeah.
and then maybe you can like
Carly was laughing last
you
night.
can co-opt them into
Or
watching
watching
a
it.
detailing video with you, and then maybe if they like that, you can move them on to actual detailing videos.
Yeah, no, I showed
Just
Katie,
saying.
and I made Katie watch the full thing, and she says, "Wow, that was actually really funny." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?
Actually.
Like, do you not think that I'm funny on a daily basis?
No,
or you
not
don't think
particularly.
she's like, no. Sometimes it just seems like you're trying too hard. I'm like, okay. Well,
Oh,
first
wow.
off,
Her and every other
First-
comment.
First off, it's very natural. I'm just that's how I am. But she's like, no, but really, this is a really good one. I think a lot of people
My
will really
favorite
like
though
this.
is that you comment like your title was like, now it's even harder to explain what I do for a living.
It is though.
If anybody finds this video, they're going to be
No,
real
it is.
confused.
Like when people ask us, what do you do for a living? They're gonna say, oh, check out the Ride Come to YouTube channel. And they're like, so you do horse detailing? And I'm like, no, I sell towels. What does that have to do with horse detailing? So
Not much.
We used a towel when
Yep.
we were drying the horse.
And somehow you extrapolated that into
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So
Yeah.
it is what
But
it
that's
is.
why I
Those that are
love
wondering,
that's
we
why I
are-
love what we do, because we can do all these wacky
Yeah.
things and it still all comes back to the same place.
Well, we're towel mongers.
Yeah.
So-
Bunch of towel mongers.
All right, Ryan Rigdon, congrats, Anthony. I was curious what you used on the Evo. The paint looks amazing.
It does.
Thank you.
It's because he never
He
drives it.
never drives it. It stays garage. It gets
Should
it's-
always look amazing.
It's coated in OptiCoat Pro
Yeah.
Plus, and it has many layers of Hydro Seal on it, or whatever.
Or
What is
no,
it?
it's got
got the
it's got Hyper Seal.
Hyper Seal.
It's got Hyper. So it's OptiCoat Pro Plus, Hyper Seal, Bead Maker,
Yeah.
and so
And
the
then
hy-
no sun, no driving, sits in the garage.
It
yeah.
it only
Collects
comes
a
out
little
for
bit of dust.
pictures.
gets the dust blown off. O&R washes only. Don't use soap and water anymore. And yeah, it pretty much always stays glossy. It's fantastic.
It is
always-
impressive.
you never have to
looking
worry about
paint.
getting it dirty. 'cause
It's
you don't
always
ever drive
it's
it.
picture ready to drive
Always.
to the next shoot, and then immediately
And
back
right
home,
back into the
and,
garage.
It works out
Yeah.
fantastic.
So that's why it looks so nice.
I will say though, amongst Evo 9s, it is the best looking one I've ever seen in person.
Thank you, Dane.
It is.
Thank you. Kyle House. Congrats on the car, Dane. That
Hey.
thing is dead freaking sexy.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Kyle actually sent me a picture of his new background on his phone.
Oh,
Oh.
very nice.
And he changed it
Was it Dane's car?
from his family to Dane's car.
Oh,
Oh,
I said, Kyle, you don't have
Wow,
to
I
do
f-
that.
I feel
That's
kind of
really
bad
nice
now.
of you.
Yeah,
Actually.
he,
Really nice of
he
you that you-
abandoned his family for that picture of Dane's car. He liked
The
it that
pictures that I've
The
taken
picture
of
was
it.
of Dane at like a rest stop too.
The
Yeah.
pictures
It
that I
wasn't
took of
even
it.
like a
much. So
solo
Kyle took
shot.
that picture from the bushes, which
Oh,
was
no.
even
Strange,
crazier.
But yeah,
The pictures I took on my road trip, that thing was just dirty. It was filthy. It was looking rough around the edges. If I were to take a picture of what it looks like right now at the hands of Ivan and Sylvie, it looks completely different. Like, it is cleaning up and then some. It's going to look incredible when it's done. And it is getting OptiCoat Pro Plus on it. So it's going to be looking
He's gonna join
very
the club.
fly.
He's gonna join that gloss
I'm
club.
going to enjoy that.
Yeah. Pretty excited. So Aaron says, what's up? So Aaron's
What's up,
Random
Aaron?
Life. Thank
Hey.
you for joining in, not to be confused with Rocco's Modern Life. We got Yoshi says, any updates on getting IK shirts? I'd really love to have a couple.
Oh,
we'll figure out. We might be able to steal the logo from them
And
and
have them
ask
printed.
them nicely.
Yeah,
and
and
then
so
have us print them, and we
Perhaps what we can do, we could see if we can do that, get them printed on our Black Next Level shirts,
Mm-hmm.
and then have them here available
which
through the
are
Rag Company.
usually a 60/40 cotton poly, so they're
No
very-
shrinkage.
they're no shrinkage.
Yeah, so whether it be
I
cold or
was
what,
in the pool.
yeah, whether it's
Soft.
cold or hot outside, it's going to be consistent and it's
Yep.
going to look the same.
Yep.
So we got Yoshi says any. Sorry, we got
Eco Green
Eco
Detail.
Green Detail. New name here. I've seen here in the Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
Says hi John, great customer service at Clean Shiny.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Yeah,
excellent.
awesome, got some fans. Hans Closen says better watch out. British don't mind being on.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's a swing
already.
joke coming out.
yeah.
Swinging.
Hans, it's a little too early for the
minutes.
swinging jokes. We typically
24
save
minutes.
those.
24 minutes.
We save those for the second half of the Q&A. That's when things get a little weird.
They always do.
Aaron's Random Life, not to be confused. Rocco's Modern Life says, I saw that you guys are releasing IK Foamer Pro 12 on Instagram. When is it going to be released? So should I tell people when it's going to be released?
On the live stream, these
Yeah.
folks came here.
Live stream,
they
yes.
get the scoop.
Okay, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain
Boom.
Standard Time.
12 for 12.
Now you know.
Tomorrow.
12 p.m. 12 at 12.
So
Yeah, Pro
for
12 is
those
12.
who are interested in a extremely competent pressure sprayer, that is going to be the one you want.
yeah, so Ivan actually got to use it today for the
Oh,
first
he was
time.
giddy. As
And
soon as
he
he got
said-
that, he just went, yes!
He said that
finally.
He said he is taking one home with
Yeah.
him. He said it wasn't.
I
like
think
it
he
was an
already
option.
stole it.
He might have already stolen it.
Yeah.
Him and
Still
Sylvie
sitting in the warehouse.
just-
We're okay. It
loved
hasn't
it.
gone to the bus yet.
But he like I even asked him. I said, really, I mean, off camera, like what do you think? And he said that was unbelievable with the compressed air. And I said, we were foaming power clean 3-to-1. Let's just say that would not be possible with the IK9 with the inconsistency of hand pumping. It just wouldn't be possible. So
it's got a Schrader valve, people.
So all right. So let's see.
Aaron's.
Yep.
Did you all? So Aaron's says also, did you got it from Auto Fanatics Mod?
No.
So Aaron's. So we're gonna educate you really quick here. So fun fact. So this IK Foam Pro 12 has been in development for over 2 years.
Yep.
So actually, honestly, since we released the IK9, this has been in development, right? And this has been a plan.
Yeah.
And so
far longer than Auto Fanatics has known about it.
Yeah. And so basically it was about I think it was about a year ago. Actually, a year ago at SEMA, when our team met up with the IK team. And Mikkel, who is one of the engineers there, we went over through the final plans for this and kind of going over through our last recommendations from us here at the Rag Company, and kind of what we wanted to see on the newer Pro 2 models, as well as the IK Foam Pro 12, and what was a necessity and what was not. And we were pretty much in line with them on the development of that, and we had been sent out a prototype of the IK Foam Pro 12 last year. And that was something that I tested, and it is slightly different than the newest model that we have now, but it had pretty much all the meat and bones, and everything was pretty tried and true. But yeah, we've been testing that for well over almost a year now, and it's been freaking awesome. And having the final developed IK Foam Pro 12 is better than we could have ever imagined.
It's actually a lot more than just simply being a beefed up 9. It's
and
totally different.
And one thing we do not recommend is modding your Foam Pro 12s or Foam 9s.
Yeah.
Those casings weren't developed to hold that much
They weren't
pressure.
Engineered with that in mind.
Originally, they were designed for a hand pump only, and it does void the warranty the moment you do that modification, and it also makes that thing into a bomb.
Well, so
I mean, basically, it's a
we
liquid.
can say bomb.
I
just said it. Okay.
Not to terrify people,
So
but just
here's the deal. The IK9, right, does not have the same fail-safes as the IK Foam Pro 12, right?
Yep.
So the IK9 only has the one single pressure release valve on it, right? But it also has 2 other openings, right, where there is also cautionary things you need to be aware of, right?
Yeah,
there's the drain plug, and then you have your top mount, right, which is not as rigid as the new IK Foam Pro 12, right? It is quite literally one seal on there.
Yep.
That I'm not trying to scare people, but that is scary. It is not. You
guys will learn when you see the Foam Pro 12 and what it actually, how much they built that for.
The structural integrity of that is
handle
completely
compressed
different.
air. It's totally different.
It's totally different, and it's meant to be able to handle that. And there is a ton of fail safes. When we went through this with the engineers, they showed us how many points that this has safety mechanisms to prevent anything bad from happening, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you drill into an IK9, you pressurize that thing that was never meant to withstand maybe that much pressure, regardless of the release valve on there.
You're just opening a lot up to chance because you're going outside the parameters with which it was designed. The thing is, it may work the first time you use it, second, third,
nobody
whatever.
ever goes like, let's say the 9 is rated for 50 psi or whatever, just for example. Nobody ever puts 50 psi of air in those containers.
No,
they're always running 100 to 125, and they're just using what's available in the tank right off the bat. They're not down regulating from the tip. They're not doing any of that. They're deadheading straight from the tank. They're not running through a pressure regulator. There's a lot of other stuff that other people will do that is wrong when using compressed air in the first place.
Correct, and you're talking about from the actual compressor, into the sprayer,
into the sprayer.
Yeah, that's scary, right? Whereas with this, and I actually explain this in an upcoming little video that we've done.
Possible video that might be released.
That possible video, but basically, I have been filling my IK Foam Pro 12, right? With running 75 psi at 2.6 CFM, and it fills up in about anywhere from 7 to 8 seconds or so, right? Pressure release valve hits, right? I'm immediately off. I'm not forcing anymore, and I'm not. You have to be careful, right? If I was trying to force over 100 and something psi, maybe at a different CFM, something at a much higher power, that would be scary in my opinion, because the point where it reaches capacity before it releases that release valve on, let's just say, a 9, I don't know what's going to happen, right? It might trigger off. It might not trigger off. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just scary. It's just...
I'd just be uncomfortable
It's just not meant to-
using
it's
one
not-
knowing
it's not
full
meant to-
well
it's not
I'm
meant to
beyond the
handle
means of what the manufacturer originally
Right, yeah.
intended
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And I get, like, people modify their cars. People modify lots of stuff. That's fine. It's just you're taking your safety and everything else into your own hands once you do that.
Like, how pissed would you be, right, if you go
Yeah.
to pump up your IK9 and a cap flies off and hits your car? Like,
Whoa.
right? Like,
Yeah,
like
that's a
the
little,
thing that you're trying to clean just became damaged. Or,
Yeah,
or
that's
you know,
a scary prospect.
Or let's just say you pump it up to max pressure.
cracks.
It cracks. It tips open. Maybe it falls on its side and something pops off,
Breaks off.
breaks off. I don't
That's a projectile right there.
like
a
I
lot
said,
of
that was
cases.
that was
So
a
it
foamer
could
that
crack, and there could be liquid draining. I've had
Yeah.
pressure sprayers crack on me before.
yeah.
Or if it cracks and the pressure forces the liquid out
Mhm.
at velocity, that's also not great.
Yeah, you've just finished drying your car, and you've let
Yeah.
that pressurize, and all of a sudden now it's sprayed and power clean
Nice
again.
big old
And
spray.
then
And
you've also,
Granted, we're painting a picture of things
Spitballing,
that could
folks.
happen. We're not saying it guaranteed will happen,
We
but
just-
you open up that likelihood once you do
Yeah.
that.
And we also just want
That's
people to
what
know
we're
too
saying.
that
What should
this
be
this
safe?
was
Yeah.
this was in development and engineered to do this
From the ground up,
from
it
the,
was
from the
engineered
ground up
for.
and began over 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the modding of the IK9s couldn't have been done before then.
Yeah.
Technically.
All right.
All right.
Bait addicts, up bait crew. Congrats on the Jagganoff XKR.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Danny Israel Anthony, congrats on marrying the love of your life. Dane, congrats
you.
on the cat of your dreams.
Ah, I love my
Uh,
cat.
I like it because it can be cat and car can be interchangeable for Dane from now
Yep.
on.
Yeah.
It's not a
Oh.
typo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ Burns, 27. Hey guys, I'm going to one step and coat my mother's 6-month-old RAV4 for her birthday.
Nice.
Would the last cut paired with a Buff and Shine Eurofiber Oreo pad be good? Or is there a better pad for it? Hey CJ, so you've got a Toyota, and I recommend not going straight in with microfiber. I would recommend probably an orange foam. Depends also what kind of machine you're using. Try a flat foam. Dane's very excited.
I gotta put that away. That's gonna be a
The look
problem.
on your face
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Just
So I'd recommend maybe even a maroon foam, even if you want to do the Buff and Shine maroon foam's a great pad, or any of the Lake Country orange foams. But it depends on what machine you're using and what pad's going to be proper for it. But I wouldn't jump right into the last cut with a microfiber pad on a car without assessing what you want to do. So just tell us what machine you're using, dude. G Davis, are the Swirl Police jumping out of your birthday cake, Hans? I don't know. We'll see. Hans was very disappointed, John, that the Swirl Police were not there this year.
Oh.
They were there. But
Were they? We didn't see them.
Yeah, they weren't there very long.
Okay,
Oh.
that makes sense.
They showed up, looked and said, nah.
Yeah.
Or someone else told them, nah.
I cannot comment.
Yeah. Aaron's So-Called Life, you should release Wacky Wednesday detailing series where you detail strangest things. We should. Did you watch the latest Wash Wednesday? Dave Watson, like the faded Milano red Honda paint color, the air freshener color.
Nice.
Red
Like you
Milano red.
faded. Not here, Dave. Not here.
Honda talk.
Yeah.
Mike Smeekins, thanks
Glad somebody
so
enjoyed the
much
Wash Wednesday, though.
for the great hospitality a month ago when my family stopped to see the store. Mike, you're always welcome. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anthony, do you have any experience or opinion of denim pads? I think I'll know what you'll say.
So denim pads, like you're talking about, like actual like denim polishing pads.
Yeah, Lake Country used to manufacture.
Like jean material.
Yeah. I never used those.
They were great for leveling texture.
Yeah. Did you use those?
I used one, but it
But they had an intermediary disc, right? Is
Mhm.
what they had. And they were-
How did it behave, though? Like, did it act any differently than other types of pads?
I didn't
was
like
just-
it because I thought I could do more with like wool and foam than
Yeah.
or microfiber and foam than I could.
Yeah.
do
It just seemed
with
kind of
denim.
unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like sitting
Oh,
here
what
like
did you think? Did you ever play with
I've
the
never
denims?
used one.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. It had because it would have to have like an intermediary,
it
like
did.
little
yeah.
foam piece,
It's like
right?
a meteor
I've
foam.
heard of them, but I can't think of a time I've ever seen someone actually
CarPro
use
used
one.
to sell them quite a
We
bit.
sell
They
'em.
like using them. Yeah, you got
Yeah,
some.
flexi pads.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and FlexiPads makes them. So,
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I think now. I mean, nowadays they would be
they're
pretty
not
pretty.
a bad pad.
It's just there's other stuff that's so good now.
The hard part was people were having them out. People thought, or mostly DIYers thought, oh, I could. I'm going to level the texture because they said they're great at leveling and removing texture. People thought, oh, I'm going to level my texture on my.
I'm gonna
on
level
my-
it right
on my
down to
car
the metal.
Right now, no, they'd want to level the texture on their car
Okay.
that they owned, and I go, that's not really the pad for that. Like, realistically, you got to wet sand that to even get really to
but
level
wet
it.
sanding takes time, and I don't want to take time. I just
Well,
want to
remember-
plow right through it.
Remember, like Jason Kilmer says, remove to improve.
Yeah.
You know, don't ever do it to
No.
remove.
No.
So that's not what he says, but something like that. South Art TRT, thanks for the content. I work out of a Chevy Cobalt.
Nice.
Just starting out, I have a 1 horsepower shop vac through a 750 watt inverter I keep in the trunk.
Ah.
Unfortunately, I don't have space for the generator. Nice, man. Well, good for you.
So the car is the generator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also says it'd be worth investing in a bigger inverter to run more powerful shop vac. Or do you have any help to remove debris when dealing with a lower powered vacuum? Getting great results, however, it does.
I think putting little teeth on it like you have with the crevice tools.
That
a good
helps.
Move.
Sounds like if it's working, don't change it. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, you're gonna have to need an inverter to run a bigger one, or maybe just spend the money and get a generator.
Yeah, you don't need
Little
a
gas-powered
crazy
generators.
huge generator.
They're
There's
small.
used ones exist and they'll function perfectly well
And
if you
they're
don't want to buy a
you
new
know,
one.
They're small. We
Yeah.
had that one that fit in the wagon
Yeah.
when we were in Monterey. That little thing
That worked
did great. Yeah, ran on some gas and
Didn't take much.
yeah.
And it went
Why
on for quite a while before you had to refill it too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
George. Hello from San Clemente.
what's up, dude?
Hey.
Venom. All right, so I'm a bit at a standstill right now. I've tried Wizard's Mystic Cut Compound, Sonax 0406, and I'm not a fan of either. Both are difficult to remove. Sonax more, and the Wizard's Dust. Crazy. Yeah, dude. So now he's down here, so I'm a bit confused of the 3 brands. Should I choose? Griot's Boss Correcting System, The Last Cut, Optum. So we're big fans of The Last Cut.
Yeah.
We're big
Yeah.
fans of the Hyper Twins. Realistically, you can't go wrong with those. I
So-
think you'll just like them.
Yeah. I think that here's the deal. I'd say that 80%, 85% of the compounds out there are going to be pretty heavy dusting, are going to stain trim, they're going to build up a lot of heat, right? Are they going to do the job? Are they going to do what you want out of a compound? Yeah, they are. They're going to work.
Yep.
It just when you have a compound that you're looking for, it's about checking your boxes and on kind of what you're looking for. For example, Jason Kilmer, right? All those guys from KXK, they like M100, they like M105, right? But they'll do combinations of throwing 205 into the mix or things like that, like to extend the life and the working time to keep the heat down, to do things like that. And they use water a lot, right? But they like the McGuire system, and then they like the Oberk system, and then there's a lot of different things that they like to play with and use. But it gets the job done, does what they want. For me and Levi, a big thing that checked both of our boxes was the fact that it was low dusting, didn't build up heat, didn't stain trim, and had long working time. And still, it was a pad-dependent cut, right? We really like the idea of being able to swap out pads at our fingertips to be able to choose the level of cut that we're going for. And with the microfiber pad and wool, with the Last Cut, for example, I've never needed more cut than that.
Yeah.
It's given me everything I've ever needed. It's done an outstanding job. And then even being able to knock it down and go into an orange pad or going to a light green pad from Lake Country or a yellow Rupes, it's amazing for one steps. It's that with hyper polish they're fantastic. So our thing is we don't like to tape off trim, so we don't want something that's going to stain trim.
Time
and
saver.
For me, it's purely a time saver.
Yeah.
I'm not patient a lot of the times.
Well,
You're like, let's just get past this.
How many of you have ever finished a panel perfectly, right? And you've moved on to an adjacent panel or to a different panel of the car, and you've caught an edge, and you've made snow all over the other side of the car, and you're sitting there like, well, crap, that side was perfect, right? And maybe even you paint prepped it. Now you have to go back over and re-wipe down that area again. And that takes time because have you ever tried to wipe compound dust that didn't smear or didn't spot in an area, and then you say, "Oh crap, it's okay. Wrong towel. Oh crap. Okay, so now I've put Mars into that paint that was perfect, and now I have to go back, and that was all because it dusted onto that panel."
Yeah.
Do you know how crappy that is? I've had it happen.
That's a bad
so many
feeling.
times. It's never fun, but it happens, and that's why I've chosen different compounds, different polishes to fix that.
Yeah.
No, fair. And there were a few comments above this. If we can scroll back up, I know that there were some in between the ones we were talking about. I'll go down and find where we're at.
I think should be good.
Well, there were like 5 or 6 comments in between the ones that we were answering
No,
because
that
it
was
was kind
these
of
3 right
broken
here.
out. Okay.
I was watching.
Okay. So if you're sure,
South R
then
TRT
okay.
says me a little longer to complete a job. Riley S. Are the new mesh trucker hats going to run larger than the current snapbacks? The current ones are too small for my large head.
They make
Riley, we're
different
gonna have to
sizes.
get extra large snapbacks.
Oh.
They only come in one size.
Oh yeah, those ones.
And they're adjustable because they're snapbacks.
Yeah.
How many secrets is he keeping inside that head?
I don't know, but I'm on I've got
running out of room.
I've got a big head. I've got 2 snaps left on mine.
Yeah, I usually go to 2.
And then and I've got the same on the mesh. So if you can't wear the currents, then the snapbacks might not be the hat for you.
Here it is. The hat in question here is the Master of Shine trucker hat, available at theratcompany.com. Now, this is an olive green, a drab green that some
One
people
of my favorite colors in the
would
whole world.
love to see on old army trucks, right, or old trucks and machinery
An
of
old
certain
deuce.
sorts. But right here, you actually have quite a few different notches. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notches total. And Levi says he's going all the way down to the last 2.
No, I've got just 2.
Holy crap! Look at the size of that noggin. Wow.
Put it on your head.
Now,
Let's see.
in fairness, the way
We all
this
know
one
Anthony has small hands.
the way this one fits on your head is a little bit different than our other hats.
It fits you just fine.
It's got a little.
It's a
bit
good fit, but it's
Little
more of
bit,
a
yeah.
it's more of a vertical.
It is a vertical
space
where
rather
these
than-
are more of a relaxed kind of
yeah,
lay over your
yeah,
I'll go to
head.
3 notches.
yeah. The trucker hat's more upright.
Yeah, I like that. There we go.
Yep.
Looking good, feeling good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looks good on you.
There you go.
Very
Nice.
Yeah. So
We've also got the navy blue.
Which
So
somewhere around here.
yeah, Dane took it home.
Oh, that's right. I did take it home.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dane's like, this is
I was
mine
like,
now.
where
Yeah.
where is that? And then I remember when he said that. Oh yeah.
Riley S. Dane, is your jagging off plate on its way from the DMV?
Not yet. I have a temp rig on the car because I don't have the titles being
Sure
mailed
hope it's
over.
available.
So I can't order any plates until
Well, you
I have
can.
the
You
title.
can get it in there and get it started. Check and make sure.
I
it's
tried. They
available.
told me I
Oh
couldn't.
my
I don't think so.
God.
I don't think that's what they said, Dane, because it's a computer system.
They literally said the best I can do with your
No.
sales sheet is give you a temporary registration
No,
until
I'm
the
talking
title
about
shows
the
up.
actual because you do personalized plates over the internet.
Oh yeah, no, I could
Yeah.
do that over the
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be official until I have a title and everything.
Right.
Yeah. And I can't get that title. Anyway, it's a bunch of technical. Yeah.
Anyway, you'll see that license plate on the car here shortly, and if it doesn't happen, Anthony and I'll make it happen.
Mine will say Jag.
Nope.
Nope, it's gonna say
It's
jagging
gonna
off.
say
It's gonna say
Jag.
No, no, jagging off is what it's
They
gonna say.
will stop that one.
No, they won't.
They will
won't
not let that
I
No,
one
we're
through.
gonna say it's a family name.
Yeah.
Like a Romanoff, but a Jaganoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dane Jaganoff Hennon.
Yeah. Jagging
Oh,
off.
please no.
Disclosing. G. Davis, nope, birthday
Yep.
was on the 17th. No jumping police out of the cakes here. Adam Thurman wants that IK shirt. Haha, Dane, you should just give him that one.
I mean,
Dane,
this one-
just take it
just
off.
take your shirt
just
off.
take your shirt off, man.
Give it
Nobody
to
wants
him.
that.
Uh,
Lighten the load.
Oh, yikes.
There
G.
we
Davis
go.
says, John, I learned everything I know about England from watching Benny Hill as a kid. Was that an accurate depiction of the UK?
I've never watched Benny Hill.
Really?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, I used to watch it all the time when I was a little kid.
I know
too.
that tune.
Yep.
You could keep going with that.
My
Okay.
There you
favorite
go.
part was as a young boy, that was the first time I'd see ladies in their underwear because randomly clothes just got taken off the girls while Benny was walking around.
That's what
See,
you
that's a
remember of
different
Benny
story
Hill.
of what I had to do to see ladies in their underwear. I used to take these antenna,
I
these
don't know if I wanna
these
know
little
what you
things, and
used to
move
have
them
to
at
do.
certain times of the night to
no.
get certain
Oh,
certain
no.
reception.
certain
The
channels.
bunny
working.
ears. I'm like, I think I see something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
People just have it too easy these days. Any rate,
Oh. Well, lengths we had to go.
find a magazine in the woods.
All right.
All right,
We got
all right.
Adam Blackwell says, "Evening TRC crew, clean and shiny is an awesome company, and the service is next to none." We
Bam.
salute you, John.
Thank you,
Wow.
Adam.
Yeah,
All right.
big
Then
fans.
Kevin Rodriguez
Yeah.
said something
Oh,
horrible.
So
Can't
heinous.
believe
It
you'd
had to
say
be
something
taken
to
away.
us like that. It's very mean. Carissa Thomas bought 3 Twisterses. Oh my gosh, what a great towel. Thanks. Also, you're so right about the motorcycle stands. My back thanks you. was very
Good
nice,
call.
Anthony.
Very good call.
Calling her the motorcycle
Did
stands.
I say that?
Yeah, you're talking about
Yeah.
motorcycle stands.
Oh yeah, huge lifesaver.
Yeah.
Really nice.
James F. When is the Drago coming back? Not soon enough. So it is.
People never want things until they're gone. They just don't.
So we pulled it because we didn't pull it. We ran out, and we decided not to. We decided that it needed something else. Just needed one more thing that we needed to add to it, and we're working on that. But we have so many other irons in the fire this year.
There's a lot going on.
It
this
got
year.
pushed down the list. So we apologize to anybody who misses the Drago, but you can buy a 365 in blue, gold, or charcoal gray in the minor. And that's basically the Drago just had a sad suede edge on it. So, but we'll get it back, and I think it'll be better and better when we do. But we'll keep you guys posted. But it just got put down on the list of stuff we wanted to make up and fix and make it nice. So, apologies for the. I know it's a bummer, but I think Detailer's Domain still has Dragos in stock. You can order some from them.
They have some.
I think they have them still in stock.
I think they do. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we got Rex Handle says, "Do I use the standard dilution of O&R for Windows, or do you have any recommendations?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin
standard
Rodriguez, 0823, better be apologizing. Oh, is it better to take a training course to learn paint correction or learn from someone one-on-one? There isn't many places close to Michigan to learn. Kevin, just do get in one of the groups on Facebook, like Detailers, like American Detailer Garage, or Detailed Review, or even Obsessed Garage, and put it out there and go, hey, I'm looking to learn some polishing. Is there anybody in the Michigan, wherever you are, metropolitan area, and find out. There might be a detailer that's like, hey, man, come over.
Yeah.
Let's spend a Saturday working on something, and I can show you how to do it and how to work it and all that.
You find the right people, they're going to be wanting to teach other people.
And that's what those
show
groups
them
are all
stuff.
about.
And you found good people when they want to teach.
But I'd go to Detailed Review or American Detailer Garage, or even get on our Detox or our Rag Company groups and check them out there too.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Talk
group's
and
a
find
great
out
one.
who's in your area.
Yeah. So, G. Davis, fan of the program, longtime listener. Dane, have you Facebook messaged the IROC woman yet?
Nope. Gone with the wind.
If you remember, Dane had a lovely dinner with her and her 2 children.
You changed it from lunch to dinner. You're making this way more.
They made eye contact. Throughout.
So
they talked a lot.
She said
She said, asked if he wanted to drive back to where they lived.
She said, Dane, what are your thoughts on adoption?
She wanted to know how she loved watching him with her children.
Yeah.
He was a kind-hearted gentleman.
He really was.
They've taken all this. They've
enjoyed themselves.
extrapolated
They
this
had a great dinner.
from the fact that I dropped
like
into a
nobody
very
else.
small hole-in-the-wall restaurant that was delicious Mexican food, and they asked if I'd be willing to share a table in
And
order
that's
to
when he
eat
found
faster
love.
and get in and get out and go on my way.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if sharing makes us go faster, then
Sharing means
absolutely I will
caring.
share. And I shared with this nice lady and her children.
Yep.
And
Love is
that was
found in
it.
strange
And she talked
places.
about her love of fast cars, and I said, "Oh,
Wow.
I just bought one and I'm driving it home." And
I'm sure he said it that
so
way. I'm
he-
sure he
yeah.
said, "Yeah, I got a fast car." That's
Yeah, you're like
550
you're just like
horsepower.
let's up the
sound pretty good.
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
of drama here.
Can we leave the kids here? I can take you for a quick run around the block, show you.
Yeah.
He's like I'm right here.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
You guys can sit in the other car. I'll take
Yeah.
each one around
no.
the block, but I'm going to take your mom first.
Yeah.
Oh,
that what you did?
no.
Yeah.
Nobody's sitting in the back of my Jag unless they don't have legs. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that right now.
Okay.
I know a guy.
Right, yeah.
I'm not saying they have to remove them.
That's
I'm
pretty
just saying
mean,
it's
man.
literally physically
There's
impossible.
a seat they can sit in.
Yeah.
You don't have to not have them. All right.
All right.
Venom 9600. I also tried out Adam's new tire and wheel cleaner. Very similar to PNS's Brake Buster, but it's more thick and foamy. Also, the smell is quite nice. Citrusy. I have to admit, Adam's at full strength is stronger.
Well, that's the
That's
thing,
fine.
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the strength. I mean, in the case of Brake Buster, it was designed to work out of the bottle, and you didn't have to worry about it.
Well, so
If
a
you're going
big
over
thing
the
too.
top.
A big thing. I'm not gonna dive too far into this,
Yeah.
but a big thing here is that, yes, there's plenty of strong wheel cleaners out there, right? And I think people
there are so many already.
people are how do I say this? People are always concerned of, well, is it gonna clean without me having to scrub it, right? can I just spray it and rinse it off and just be a cleaner?
No.
You know, or it's good, but I have to scrub it to make it work, right? You know, they're always concerned about how strong it is, right? Nobody's ever saying they're afraid
I
of.
can give you a
they're
strong
afraid
wheel
of,
cleaner. It'll also kill you.
They're afraid of wheel acid, right?
It's very simple.
They're afraid of wheel acid, but some people are also like, oh,
But I still want it to be really aggressive.
That pH balance safe wheel cleaner isn't strong enough. Well, there's the trade-off, right? Are you going to want to scrub or are you going to not scrub? Use what you want,
but it also depends on how you clean your car. If you buy new wheels and you keep them clean all the time and you wash religiously, your wheels are never that dirty, right? Like, they're never going to be that bad.
Yeah.
No.
So they're never going to necessitate a heavy concentrated wheel cleaner.
It shouldn't. Anyway.
Now, if you buy a car from somebody else who never cared for the car and never did anything,
the first
and
time
you're washing to clean them, then yes, you're going to want something heavy. But after that, after you've cleaned everything off and maybe you've coated them or protected them, you don't need anything heavy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand this, I need to use a heavy, strong wheel cleaner every week on my wheels.
I would chalk it up to the mindset of the same people who look at, damage and clear coat, scratches, whatever, and they go, I want to literally get rid of all of that. Amount of clear coat be damned. I just want to get rid of all of it rather than trying to do your best to preserve it a bit and save some for next time, that sort of thing. They're just like, wipe it out, nuke it from orbit,
Well, am I the only person that ever questions when a wheel cleaner works too good? Like
you're like, what is this doing?
I'm like, well, that worked really good. Like, without me even touching it.
No, you get nervous when you see something like that.
That kind of scares me, right? Because, for example,
I've had a wheel cleaner that stripped clear coat.
Well, so for example, right?
Legit stripped clear coat.
We know Power Clean is strong. Straight, stuff is strong.
That's why we almost always dilute it.
Always dilute it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm never going to go and use Power Clean straight every time I clean my wheels because I know it does such a crazy good job. Yeah, of course it is. It's going to be super strong. But I'm always like, I would like to go the safer route, and I would like to, if I have to agitate a little bit more, I'm going to agitate it a little bit more if I have to, right? Half the time when I'm cleaning my wheels, I literally just grab O&R in a towel, and I'll clean and I clean my wheels that way because I keep up on them so much.
Yep.
And I never have to use any wheel cleaners or any type of all-purpose cleaners or any type, I don't have to. It's only when things get really bad or if I'm doing a detail, over the weekend or doing something on the side is when I'll say, okay, I'll have to use something a little bit stronger, break out an actual wheel cleaner for this.
John, what's your favorite wheel cleaner that you guys sell right now? Like, what are some of the ones that you use?
Bill Hamber Carousel.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one wheel cleaner that we have.
Number one. Yeah.
Get a lot of people asking about Bill Hamber.
We don't really have that here, so I can't.
No, we don't have it here.
But we'll take your word for it. I said I didn't want to dive into that too far, but here I am.
The main point is it's just a matter of philosophy. It's the people who are just like, throw a bomb at it, or do you want to finesse it a little bit more and just leave some for
but the biggest thing is you gotta again, like I said, it's if you're washing every week and you're taking care of your stuff, you shouldn't need it.
No,
you shouldn't need something that heavy.
It's the same reason, say, we use O&R so
absolutely.
much. There are lots of people who are out there like, does O&R really like cleaning all that dirt and stuff? It's like, actually, it is. But if you needed to do more, you just pre-soak a little bit and then you go on. I mean, it's that kind of thing. It's like we're not trying to use the most powerful thing right out the gate. We're just trying to do the best job we can within the parameters of preserving it.
Yeah. It's just like polishing. You don't ever go into a car right off the bat going, all right,
wet sanding with 100 grit.
Let's out some 2500 grit or 1500. Let's knock everything down and let's polish it back up. And you're like, whoa, it's
like,
it's in good shape. I don't care. We got to go through all the steps.
They gave me all this clear. I'm going to get rid of it.
I got to do it. I got to go through all the steps. Like, I walk into Anthony's garage and start wet sanding his car. He's going to be like, what are you doing? The thing's perfect.
No.
I just needed this little
anyway,
spot.
we went down this hole for a while.
Right.
So what I want to take away from this, can Adam's stuff be diluted? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And if it can, perfect. Go for it.
I would suggest if you find that it is that strong, just dilute it.
Yeah, just dilute it, right?
And we dilute a lot of stuff.
And we know that brake buster can be diluted. In terms of like what's better, I've seen a lot of videos of people comparing the two. One is stronger than the other from what I've heard in pretty much every single thing, but one is also cheaper than the other, right? So weigh out your options, right? So say, hey, does the cost outweigh the strength? Do your own, find what works best for you.
And dilution ratios mean a big thing. So
that'll take a product that looks like it's similarly priced on paper,
and the product, let's say the Adams works at 20 to 1. Okay, then you might have something.
then
But
that's
if
killer deal.
BrakeBuster works for you also at 20-1, well, now it's a heck of a lot cheaper
Yeah.
to
So-
use.
Figure out what
So,
works best for you.
yeah.
If you haven't seen our 5 things you need to know about BrakeBuster list video, go and check it out.
Check
So
it out.
It's
It's
a
pretty
video.
good stuff.
All right,
All right.
so here we go. Going down. Where were we
Riley
at?
S.
Riley S. says, John, I recently imported a gallon of Built Hamber Auto Foam to try out. Should I pre-rinse the car to go straight go straight to foaming for best results? Sorry.
Well, I always pre-rinse and then foam.
Okay.
Personally. That's how I would use it.
Pre-rinse and foam. You don't foam, then rinse, then foam? I'm just asking that.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
you
rinse,
know.
foam, rinse.
Because
I like
we've
it.
had angry comments where people are like, you didn't foam it before you rinsed it and then foamed. It's like, that's a lot of foaming and
You're
rinsing
taking
and
that
foaming. It's
water
like,
and driving it into the dirt, the dirt driving it into the paint.
Driving.
How are we,
oh,
we gotta-
you mean like the
you gotta
rain
get the car wet.
does and
Yeah,
the
you're
elements?
spraying,
does?
you're spraying all that dirt and it's going right into the paint. It's damaging it. I don't know
Oh.
if that actually works like that.
Their mind is a very catastrophic place.
Okay, so we got
Right.
Venom 96600 says, I think both products are great, though, and both serve a purpose in everyone's arsenal, and I think that they should have both.
Okay.
I think is you're referring
Yeah.
to the wheel cleaners,
I
maybe.
assume so.
Okay, somebody read that. Normally it's right here, so I'm having to.
Yeah, no,
strain a
we're
little
not
bit.
used to looking
Dane.
over in this corner.
Feel you, buddy.
All right, Bait Addict. Can you guys do a video on Bead Maker on top of a coating demonstrating that there is no worsening of self-cleaning or beading properties? Would be nice to see, as many, including myself, are curious. So, okay, I'm trying to understand. So
video to determine there's no worsening. So basically,
he's
we
saying
do
it's
like
like
a
taking the
50-50 as a
properties away?
coating?
yeah. So basically, to prove that the bead maker isn't taking the properties away from the coating for a lesser propertied thing.
No, whatever you put on last, it's going to take on the properties of that product. That's
Right,
just
but
usually
and-
how
and
toppers work.
Fortunately, bead maker it has pretty low surface tension, just like a coating would, so it's going to be very similar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds about right.
it beat
A lot of people have like gone out and tested stuff, and I mean, you get a lot of different comparisons. It depends on your environment. and all
it
that.
also depends. It's just like the person that takes that takes a picture after a rainstorm and you have all the beads on the hood versus
Yeah.
the person that takes a free flowing hose of water and then sprays over the car and sees it sheet off. It's just
The reality is, you can make most stuff that
how much
beads
water you put
sheet,
on it.
and most stuff the sheets bead if you just
Yeah.
apply the water differently. I mean,
Yep.
it really. People
Yeah,
get hung up on
realistically,
that.
you do like what the junk man used to call his pooling.
Pooling. Yeah, he
Pooling
loves
dry.
saying pooling.
This is my pooling
say that.
dry.
Pooling.
And he would just literally
Just
get his
pool
hose
that
to
water.
trickle, and he would just that's
Yeah.
how he'd dry his whole car. He never had anything.
No,
His car,
it was basically just like an old school technique, and it worked.
yeah, and his car was dry at the end, and he knocked most of the water off.
and that was he was making those videos before the crazy sealants
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
all
It
the
was
hype
a
came
brother in
about.
his garage productions.
that's right.
Yeah. So check them out if you haven't. So
Yeah.
we got Kelly Mama McMurray in the
Mama
house.
McMurray.
She
Mama.
says, "Way to go, Morgan.
Well, way to go to my Morgan.
Way to go to my Morgan." Morgan is on the other side.
She's
and
over
she
there.
That's
is
why she's proud of her.
kicking butt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
doing
very
awesome.
proud of her daughter.
Great
doing that.
job.
We're proud of her
Great
too,
job.
Mama.
Yep.
Don't worry. Bait Addict. The CSL on my car is old AF. I think that stands for Air Force. So I can't really tell. Hans Clothes and Triple C Detail. No, you can bead maker is or FOMO and R. That's very funny, Hans. Ha ha ha. No, Bait Addict. Why don't you go foam some power clean on your car and see what happens?
Yeah.
Then you'll know if your coatings are working or not, and if they're still there.
point.
Rectangle. I can't wait to use the new IK Foam Pro 12 on my horse.
There we go.
Very nice.
You'll love it.
Adam Thurman, speaking of the wide body Mustang detail, we watched that as a family last night, and we were in stitches. You guys watched Matt's video yet, too? Yes, we did. That was hilarious.
Yep,
Adam.
that was funny.
The
great.
vet video was amazing.
Yeah. Luke Berge, can I foam O&R? Yes, Luke. Bait Addict. Luke, you can now. Email Dane at theragcompany.com for details. Thanks, Bait. We appreciate that. Helping out.
You can't. You can try, and you'll get a little bubble.
Luke
but
Berge
that's
says,
about
I'm
it.
still trying to diagnose my truck's no power. It's because it needs a battery. Then Luke
I
Berge
hear
said
that
a swear word.
increases power.
And then he said, oh, sweet. Kyle Houselaw, the background on my phone is actually my black 2019 Honda Ridgeline.
Nice.
Look at this cool guy here.
Nice.
I do like ridge lines.
Luke Berge, Dane, shouldn't you be paying your medical bills instead of opti-coating your car?
Paid those. Those are dealt with. Oh, God.
Well, he did sell his house for this car. So.
Yeah.
It's all gone away. I'm living in the Jag now.
Riley asks, Dane, after your Jag is dialed in, are you going to be parking in the dent-free zone from now on?
That is a
He
great
already
question.
has.
I've
He's
tried.
been practicing.
I've been getting more used to like, okay, this is not going at the front of the parking lot at the
The
store.
best part is Dane's also going to be exercising while he's doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gets to walk a few more steps into the grocery store or movie theater or restaurant. I wasn't saying that. I was saying you get a little exercise. Good for everybody.
He didn't have to say it.
Luke Burry says, for the next IK, they need to make it able to foam O&R. Wow.
Well, I think O&R needs to be able to foam if that's the case.
Oh,
Luke,
man.
I don't think that'd be up to IK.
Didrik in the
Didrik!
house. What is going on here? Hey, guys. Followed your trip, Dane. It looked like a great trip. I'd
Thank
love
you.
to do something like that one day.
That'd
It
be awesome.
was
Yep.
really fun, although it's strange just being alone that whole time, talking to a camera. Like, you
Talking
guys
to
haven't
yourself.
seen that yet, but I was
Talking to
vlogging, so yeah, basically it's
Dane
kind of a
was
weird
pretending
experience.
he was a James May from a little Grand Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, James May is my spirit animal.
I saw
so.
you wearing one of your dress shirts while you were by yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
imagine driving 200
That-
miles
oh,
through
that
the
was the
desert
day-
with
no.
a tracker.
That
and
was the
tossing,
day.
having to toss that.
That was the
There's a
day
fun
that he
story.
met the IROC gal.
Oh, no.
He was dressed up.
Yeah.
So he looked like those of you that were at the Waxstock dinner, a
Very
trade dinner,
dapper, yeah.
you got to see Dane in all his glory.
Dapper
if you were
Dane.
at the Monterey Jet Center for the Gordon McCall Motorworks Revival event, you also got to see Dane in Dane's evening attire.
Oh,
He is a
dear.
very dapper gentleman, and on that day, he was dressed that way, taking the Jag out, having dinner with ladies and their children.
Yeah.
So I could see
He's making that sound
Dane, you
real
look good
weird.
in that shirt. That's all
Oh,
I'm saying. You look
I
good. in that shirt.
appreciate that.
I can
moving
see-
on.
I can see how she kind of
Moving on.
started to fall in love with you. That's what
All
I'm
right.
saying.
Oh, no.
Alejandro, up top. Go for it.
Alejandro Bonilla. So Dane now gets away with other people detailing his car because he's a Jag owner. Aw.
He's always gotten
Because
away
I'm
with
the
that.
one
Yeah.
here who's not a detailer.
He's got the
so.
vice president of Optimum working on his car.
On his hands and knees.
on his hands and knees. He's like,
He's
hey,
on a
you
rack
can do
attack. He'll be fine.
Shervon, big sexy
He asked.
Shervon.
I didn't make him.
Does brake buster pull dirt off of it or just lift it off? I'm using the brake buster and then it's time to dry the tire. I'm seeing a little bit of dirt on the cloth. I don't know, Siobhan. We just know that it does a great job of removing dirt,
Yeah.
breaking
So-
it up.
Brake buster on its own, I mean, when you're spraying tires down, for example, it's going to start to kind of melt that grime, and you're going to start to see that runoff there of that brown pooling liquid. That's the start of it. I always recommend agitating it as well. So I'm always going to take a stiff bristle brush, spray a couple sprays of brake buster into the brush, and begin agitating to build a nice wicked foam, and that foam will start to turn really brown. And then I rinse off my tires, and then I am good to go.
Yep.
All right.
Dan Pfeiffer, word up from Minneapolis. A little late today, but always enjoy the Q&A.
Glad you
Hey,
could
Dan.
join us, Dan.
Jackass, hey from Sydney. Congrats to Dane on the new whip. My question is, when doing a rinseless wash without access to a hose, is there a good way to clean the tires well enough to prep them for OptiBond? Yeah, you can put Power Clean. You can spray Power Clean or an APC, clean the tires, and then rinse them off with O&R just by either washing them with like a towel, like rinsing it, or you get it in a pump sprayer and you rinse it off.
I always
and
do
then
it with a
dry
pump
it with a
sprayer.
towel.
Yeah.
And
I would
then
also say that
layer of
OptiBond is
OptiBond.
relatively forgiving in terms of the application. It's more the tire coating that you really, really,
True,
really have
true,
to make sure you
yeah.
cleaned everything off.
Yep.
Bond will stick to it most likely.
Daniel Hote, what can I use as a budget swirl finding light besides the sun?
The light on your cell phone?
So you can use the light on your cell phone, but the way I tell people, stay right at about a maximum of 100 lumens.
Yeah.
You go-
Don't overpower
You go
it.
any higher than that, one, you burn the crap out of your corneas, and two, it gets so bright you see way too far into the depth of the paint, way too much, and you kind of go crazy.
Yeah, you're seeing stuff that you don't.
Yeah.
You're not going to touch
100,
it.
100 lumens will get you everything you need to see that you need to fix. It's enough to see the work that you're working on and what you're doing, and enough that you're not going to burn your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say that a good way to get into a swirl finding light would probably be like the match pen from Scan Grip that we have here,
or the Buff Bright.
Or the Buff Bright. I mean, well, the Scan Grip, you can get into that for, I think, around $40 is what I want to say, 40 to 50 bucks.
Yep.
It's a perfect little tool that the pen is very handy to have on your sleeve.
It's a perfect fit for your pocket.
And it is a perfect color
breast pocket.
temperature. I want to say that color temperature on there is between 3500 to 4K. And it's, how do I say this? It's warmer, but it's got a little bit of a cooler look to it.
Jeff still has my cool match pen.
I would say that if you were to jump up from the Sun Match pen, the next most helpful thing would be the iMatch 2 from Scan Grip, which is going to be the headlamp, and that you can bounce between.
And the same thing with the headlamps. If you just buy a generic headlamp at like Home Depot or even like REI or one of the camping stores, try and stay right at about 100 lumens with that, because again, if you're wearing it on your head and you're focusing on it, you're going to be staring at that light.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is stare at the sun.
So nothing too bright. I like the iMatch because the iMatch can jump between 2 to 3 power or 2 power levels, so it can be low or high.
Yep.
And then I also like that it can go between 3500K to 6500K.
Yep.
So I can get the warmer look or I can get the cooler look for what I need. And you also have the wave function, so I can wave it off, wave it back on.
Well, when Katie walks in to see when you're coming back in to the house.
Yeah.
To watch TV or clean or help out.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs you to, maybe one of your dogs pooped in the house and she needs you to clean it up.
Yeah. So I just
you don't want to blind her.
Yeah.
No.
She goes, "Hey, honey," standing in the door. You look over. She looks directly into it. Oh, God, my retinas! And next thing you know,
so you can just wave it off.
So I
Terrible.
actually fight enemies with that iMatch on at night.
Pocket sand.
So
it's great.
I run up to people in the dark alley and I flip it on, right? And it's on its highest setting.
Stuns them for
and
a second.
they can't see, and that's when I start throwing on my punches.
I love that. That's
and
the way to
then
do it.
I rob them, and I
use
make
for
off
the
with their cell
for the Scan
phone
Grip.
and expensive stuff and sell it
Well,
on
now it
Craigslist.
sounds like you're the thief.
That's why you had to do those Craigslist deals last night.
Oh, shady.
That's right.
Shady.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
We know what you're about. Okay. Moving on.
Scott Weaver, is South Korean microfiber higher quality than Chinese? No. Fun fact,
That is
Scott.
an age-old question.
Dane, why don't you answer that?
All right. I'm going to try my best not to go way down the rabbit hole. Basically,
Welcome to this episode of Dane Explains.
way back when,
Learn you something.
let's say several years ago, there was a common consensus that South Korean microfiber was higher quality than Chinese. But the reality was the places that were, making stuff in China, they were just building to the specifications and price that the people looking to have that made for them were asking for. Now, if you ask for a higher quality, microfiber towel, they will make it, but a lot of people aren't willing to pay more. It's a whole thing. Obviously, it's just a matter of economics. But nowadays, the expertise and the technology has gotten such that a lot of the South Korean and Chinese manufacturers are using a lot of the same equipment. So really,
Same equipment,
you're
same
getting
yarn.
extremely similar, especially, when they're getting the same yarn produced and sent to factories both in South Korea and China. You can get a comparable quality towel made at a Chinese factory just like you could from a South Korean one. It's just a matter of what you're willing to pay as, a supplier if you're looking to acquire that kind of stuff.
Now, if you're
you
a
have
big
to
box
be,
store,
if you're a big box store, you're focused on
you need
just
to
a
build
few.
to a price.
I mean, Costco famously has the Kirkland Signature brand towels, extremely popular. Everybody knows the yellow towels. Those are built in one color, one size, one specification, all those things. It's the exact same thing. The quality will change a little bit because they got multiple factories producing them, but the specs are more or less the same. It's not the highest quality out there, but in terms of cheap towels, it's definitely one I would say, okay, I would take that before I take something else.
Right.
And that's kind of the way to look at it. But when you're only producing that one towel and you're just driving the price into the ground because that's all you're making, you produce millions upon millions upon millions of these, then you end up with like a 20 or 30, 40 cent towel. Yeah. But, for anything else, as soon as you introduce another color or anything like that, the price starts to go up because the volumes are different, and that's just simple economics. But all said, the quality, if you want the short answer, no, you just have to know where to get it from because there are places that are still getting cheap microfiber made. You can get cheap South Korean microfiber that's lower quality and stuff coming out of China. It's just go through a reliable source. We're not saying we're the only source, but we are saying we are a reliable source, and if you ever have an issue with a towel that came from us, we are more than happy to address that and fix that. But more likely than not, you're going to be getting some of the very best stuff you can get anywhere from us.
Wow, it was almost like he scripted that.
That's unbelievable.
I pulled that
that was
right
this
off the top of
episode
my
of
head.
Dane Explains. Learn you something.
So can we scroll up a little bit, Morgan? I think
So
we need to go
CJ
up.
Burns, no, we're right there.
I know, so
Yep.
he said,
27.
but he just says 15 millimeter Rupes.
I know it was in regards to his earlier comment. What type of pad? What kind of
Oh,
I
okay.
asked him what machine he was using.
Oh.
So 5 millimeter. If you're using a 15 millimeter Rupes, you're going to use a 5-inch. Any of the orange foams will work except for the force pads. So try those. Rectandle. I need to call Dr. G and see what the update is on the development of a foamable ONR. Yeah, that's a good idea. Brian G, what's the easiest way to clean baked on tree sap and cut off vehicles? Been having problems cleaning that stuff.
All right, and we're going to leave that up to John.
Bam.
John's like,
He's like, I'm not ready for
Okay, I
this.
wasn't ready for that.
Easiest way to
Baked on-
clean baked on tree sap
Yeah.
and cut off vehicles.
Oh, wow.
Been having problem with cleaning that kind of stuff. So baked on
Well,
tree sap.
we tend to use very hot water.
Very hot water.
Melt it off.
Okay, melt it off.
That's a great way.
And are you using that with like a hot towel or what?
Yeah,
what,
we use a hot towel and then hot pressure washer.
Okay.
And that'll
okay.
get rid of it
And that
most
gets rid of
times.
it for us.
Okay.
That's the way we
What do you guys ever go to like a chemical use of
do it.
anything?
I don't use chemicals like that.
Okay. Okay.
No. What do
Okay.
you do?
I like lacquer thinner.
That's his go-to for everything.
My favorite.
When he's
He
not brushing
goes
his
right
teeth
to
with
it.
lacquer
I'll
thinner.
wash the car down, and then whatever doesn't come off, I just wipe it down with lacquer thinner. Comes right off.
I mean, he's not wrong. More often than not, it does make the difference.
However, in an inexperienced hands,
yeah,
it's going to be a pain, and you're going to scratch your car up the wrong way, and you're not going to know how to use it. So you do have to use a bit of care. You got to wear gloves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bear in
Shrink
mind,
it.
you're talking lacquer thinner, not paint thinner.
Right. Lacquer
There's a
thinner.
difference.
It's difference.
Yeah.
Also known as virgin wash solution. So.
Yeah. Good for
Yeah.
them.
So what I used to do on
Serious. No, that's what it's called.
I know.
It's the weird thing about it.
so on like my motorcycles, for example, right? When I
yeah.
go up to
Use lacquer
when I go
thinner.
up to the mountains, no, I do not.
To get the tree sap.
So when I go and get tons of bugs, crud on there, baked from a day of riding, right?
Right.
So I take it up to the mountains. Went up to Idaho City, whatever it was, a month and a half ago. We parked underneath a pine tree, right? We went to go get lunch. Came back out. I had sap all over my tank.
Yeah.
I had on on my front fairing piece. The way I took care of it is I go home and similar to what John said, I'll use some hot water. I use a little bit of ONR and I threw a towel inside there, kind of soaked it out, and then I just lay the towel on that surface
Yeah,
that the
it
tree
works amazing.
sap and the bugs have been sitting on, softens everything up and it wipes right off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that, but there's varying degrees of tree sap, just like road grime, things that are kicked up on the bottoms, and hot water does a ton.
Yeah.
And a lot more people need to use it. In my shop, I had a diesel-powered pressure washer that I was able to get the water temperature up to about 130 degrees, and it would melt a lot of stuff.
Fight people with that.
I could fight people with that too.
They wouldn't be fighting for very long.
Burglars would run
Yeah.
into the shop and I would spray them with 130 degree water,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
would leave real fast.
Well, that far away, it got cold. So
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, it was a refreshing mist."
Here, get a little
Uh,
closer. I need to
yeah.
hurt you.
But it worked to remove a lot of that stuff, and then whatever I couldn't get off, I just wipe it down with lacquer thinner. It's a piece of cake. Adam Thurman says Jagganoff is available. I just checked.
I knew somebody would look.
Mr.
Just 'cause you can make it
GT350
doesn't
says,
mean
"Brian,
they'll make
I
it."
use wash thinner. I don't know what that is in regards to, but probably he's talking about my lacquer thinner stuff.
Oh.
David M., what's your preferred towel for final wipe when using a drying aid like CarPro Elixir or Beadmaker or Optimum Car Wax? So a drying aid, final wipe down, last step product, an LSP.
An LSP.
Favorite towel.
We found
Let's
one
go around
that
the horn.
works. Yeah. Good. Start with Anthony, and we'll go around.
LSP of my favorite towel to use when I'm using a drying aid. I like the feel of twist pile when I'm drying.
So an FTW.
So I like the FTW, right? So I like the way things feel, right? When things feel really slick and smooth. I think the best feeling towels are probably going to be within the twist pile. So yeah, FTW, Twistress, and then probably even a Dry Me a River feels great when using a drying aid. So
Dane.
Yeah, normally it's been that shorter pile that gives you that really smooth, slick feeling. And at that point, it's okay to use a short pile because your surface should be totally clear of any contaminants, any
Right,
dirt,
yeah.
any debris. So I do like the way a twist pile feels, but I really also like an Edgeless 365 or a Creature Edgeless. I like the way those behave, even on the short
Yeah,
side. Really
yeah.
smooth and slick. It's a good feel.
I like
Yeah.
it too. John?
Twistress for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same. I really like the FTW as well, so I'm a big Twistress guy. FTW, the twist loops. I also like Creatures
Yep.
for a last step towel. That's one of my favorites, and then the next one would probably be an Eagle. So.
Yeah. Eagle
And
350
then,
would be a good
Shall I
fit.
jump in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Amanda Hull says, hi, guys.
Mandy!
Hey!
John's lovely wife in the house here.
Well, it's nice of her to tune
Say
in.
hey, wifey.
Yeah.
She's keeping an eye on
She's
you.
keeping an eye on me here.
Troublemaker over here.
Yeah.
Chris Weiss, hey, where can I buy the Rag Company athletic-looking shirts?
Oh, the ones we don't sell?
Which ones are we talking
He's
about?
probably talking about the like blue and white ones.
No,
with the...
I think he's talking about the shirt that Dane is wearing that he thinks might be a Rag Company
Oh,
shirt.
like an
Oh,
athletic
this?
style. The
Like an
Goitsper
athletic, like a
shirt?
baseball team kind of?
Yeah.
Oh.
That one?
That is an athletic font,
That
Dane.
is only a
That
Goitsper
is an
shirt
athlete
that
font,
was
but-
only made for us.
These are like the ones we received are the only ones that exist.
Yeah. But you can buy all the Rag Company shirts, ragcompany.com. Pick them
I
up
mean,
today.
the whiskey design is pretty cool.
I got the whiskey shirt on today.
So we got
Although you got to
Brian
lean
G.
in a little bit, Levi. You're like totally
Brian
off
Am I
the
out?
screen.
Am I out? Oh,
You've been
no one
off
knows
the
where-
screen the whole
Well,
time.
I was relaxing. It was
I know.
great.
You were relaxed.
Felt good.
People could just barely see you, though.
Sorry, folks. I'm here.
So we got Brian G saying, in my opinion, Brake Busters does wonders. Use it straight for the first time, and I was quite amazed how strong it was and easy it cleaned, especially on the rubber.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read this one, John?
Your mic arm is right in the way over here.
Hold on.
Or is it easier for you?
Dane, I heard a rumour that 5K will now buy someone the Volvo and the Miata. Includes Dane buying $20 worth of gas on a pump of his choice.
Oh, G. Davis,
Yeah.
you really do pay
Wow.
attention.
That's a good deal, Dane.
Oh,
That is a
man.
good-
5K
would
for
you
2
take
cars?
5K for 2 cars?
No.
Really? So what are you looking to get out of both combined? About
Okay.
$9,000?
We're with trusted company here. If for the Miata, if I could get,
No,
let's
what do you
say
got them right now listed at?
right now I have the Volvo listed for 8, which I know sounds crazy, and I've got the Miata listed at 3.5, which sounds crazy.
Okay, so you're looking to get
I'm going based
about
on the model of
$11,500.
somebody's going to come in and lowball me anyway, because that always happens.
Mhm.
So I'm just basically giving myself some wiggle room.
Okay.
And realistically, I'd rather it sell to someone who's actually an enthusiast versus someone who's just like, I just want to cheapskate my way through it. You can see how I feel about flakes.
How are
But
you
at
gonna
any
find
rate,
that? How are you going to find that out that they're an enthusiast? Are you going to do background checks on them?
no, I'm just going to
You're gonna
talk with them like a
stalk-
person,
stalk
and you
them?
kind of find out over time.
What if they catfished you?
if they catfish
So
me?
let's say
good on
say
them.
I told you I was an enthusiast. Let's say you and I had a great talk. I knew everything about Miatas. I was
Mhm.
like, oh man, I love Miatas. I'm like, got a Miata. I got a stock body. I got a wide body.
well, and
I
then
got,
I'd be like, so why are you trying to buy my
all this
Volvo?
and let's just say, then I bought it from you. I got a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
Talked you into a sweet deal on it.
Sure.
And then I put it right back on Marketplace or Craigslist the next week for the same money you were trying to sell it for.
Oh,
Would you feel bad?
I actually wouldn't.
Okay, so Dane,
So-
would you?
Okay.
Because I would now have more space in my driveway.
Okay, Dane,
so really,
Dane-
you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
You're hoping they'll go to a loving home.
I want them to go to a good home, but I'm
Yeah.
not so hung up on it that it is literally crippling me and I'm incapable of letting them go for anything less
So,
than the
okay.
price I'm
I would
asking.
really like to know if you would sell that Miata to the IROC chick with the kids.
She I'd
My
sell
guess
her
is
the
if she
Volvo,
had the
honestly.
IROC, she's not interested in the Miata.
And what I
sure?
would do is I would go back and I would tell her, I've got this Volvo wagon. It's great for children. It's peppy. It's got a turbo. It's all-wheel drive.
And it's very rare.
And it's a very
Does
rare
not have a
car.
Chilton manual.
There's no Chilton or Haynes manuals available for this car.
Adam
They-
Thurman asked
They are
about
for
it,
the
actually.
B50, but not for anything else.
Well,
So, but Adam, it'd be a great car for Morgan. She could enjoy it, drive it.
There you go.
I think the girls would fit in the back just fine.
Just
Um,
beware,
it's
it's a
quick
very
enough.
stiff ride.
Well, no, he could raise it up a little bit. I'm
Oh,
sure. I'm sure.
I have the stock
sure Morgan would be fine with
suspension
that.
in a
Yeah.
box.
But it doesn't need to be
So-
stock, just raised a little bit.
Well,
It'd be all right.
Could do
The
that, too.
coilovers are adjustable. So I think that'd be great. I also am throwing down the gauntlet. I'm going to put the little red truck up for sale.
What?
ooh.
You just got that thing.
And I've had it for over a
I
year.
know.
I'm going to challenge that I'm going to sell that red truck before Dane sells one of his cars. One of two of his red cars.
If he puts
This
it up
is
for
gonna
like
be called-
$1,000, I believe he would.
The red car challenge.
I got a red car.
Put your red car up for two. Also.
Ah, I don't think I can sell
You
it.
should no. He should do like a YouTube giveaway on his other channel. He doesn't talk about
I
it.
should do a YouTube giveaway of my truck on his.
You're like,
YouTube channel.
guys.
Every $5 you spend gets you one entry, but you don't actually have to buy anything because you can send in a postcard. I'm not going to get into that.
just ask many of our YouTuber friends for tips on how giveaways work.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know
gosh.
exactly how they work.
Bait
Okay.
Addict, cool, good idea. Dilution on Power Clean for foam cannon. I'll pick some up.
Boom.
So, in the foam cannon, 3-to-1, or even foam cannon it straight if you're using it on the pressure washer.
Yeah, you might want to go straight.
I go straight
mean,
because you got to remember when you foam something, you actually increase that dilution.
Yeah, you're throwing water in there, so you can go straight, or you can go 1-to-1 if you want to save a little bit of money. We got
That'll be pretty wicked. So
B. Stewart, Executive Car Care. Do you sell detailed brushes made of horsehair?
now that is horsehair.
Horse.
We
Not to be
have
confused with
boar's hair, which is different.
Or
Oh,
boar's
right,
hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Horse hair.
as the Dan with two N's Williams would say, horse hair, not horse
So-
hair.
so no,
we
we
had to
don't.
clarify that.
Sorry, B. Stewart. We used to. We do not anymore. Dave asked that all-day Anthony guy how to vlog. He might know a few tricks. Says Hans closing.
Let me tell you, as someone who really hasn't vlogged in any traditional sense, it's weird. It's awkward. If you're not used to holding up a camera in public on yourself and acting like you're the most important
Anthony
person.
doesn't hold the camera.
No, like he
The
no,
all-day
he clearly
Anthony
doesn't.
Guy. He wears one on his
Yeah,
head.
don't
That's
know who you guys
right,
are talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
It's a weird experience though. It's uncomfortable.
David Levin, hey guys. Okay, so I pulled the trigger on a Mac Shine M15 Pro Series 2. Now I need to decide what on a compound I should use. I'm doing a black Chrysler minivan. Thanks for your help. David, just pick up some last cut.
Love the
Last cut, do it.
Yeah,
It
last
does
cut.
it all you got to do is change your pads.
Mark Abar, just a quick hello from Phoenix and from PNS Detail Supplies. Hope to see you guys at the G20 party and SEMA. Mark, we will not be at the G20 party
Aw.
because we have our own party.
What's the G20 party?
I think it's the Gap
Oh.
Is that? I
pretty
don't
sure.
know if it is, because why would it be called the G20?
because it's Glassparency 2020.
Nope,
know.
it's 2019
I don't know
this
then.
year.
Maybe it's the wrong G20 party. Maybe he spelled it wrong.
Maybe he's going to the actual summit where all the countries get together and the,
It wouldn't surprise me. Mark is
That's-
a very educated man.
I mean,
Oh, G20 would make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
G20.
G-Technic 20?
Oh, maybe the G-Technic 20. I don't know.
shows
We'll
how
see.
much it shows how in tune we are. We've been so busy we haven't been able to focus on what else is going on.
never know.
So,
Mark, we will see you at SEMA.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
yep.
Christopher Beard, Anthony recently discovered your YouTube channel.
Ha
I
ha.
love the Civic. My very first car was a 97 sedan in the ugliest shade of green.
Ooh.
Would totally buy another one if I wasn't driving a 2015 Chrysler 200.
Well, if that
Yeah,
green was
that's
ugly, then it
America's-
definitely
I don't
wasn't.
know if you guys knew this, but the
Midori.
Chrysler 200 is America's import.
I don't have a YouTube channel, so I don't know what he's talking about. So, might be somebody similar, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. Derek Harrison says, what single-step paint correction products do you recommend? Single-step paint correction. You ready for this? Last cut. An orange Lake Country pad or a yellow Rupes pad or a maroon Buff and Shine pad. I want some edgeless 365s to wipe off the compound.
Adam Thurman has already asked, how much do I want for the truck?
And that's it. So you're pretty much
Adam,
just going to want to
you were
machine
just
the
asking
last
about my
cut,
Volvo.
For a little
some
truck.
pads, some 365s, and then you call it good. So single step paint correction. There it is. Hans Gosen says, John, what is the most sold item from
That's pretty simple.
the Clean and Shiny shop?
The most sold item.
The
Out
most
of
sold item.
everything there.
That's pretty simple. It is Rag Company.
No,
What?
it's not.
Because there's lots of towels. And
Well,
they're
People, when they
they're
buy
a bit-
one, they buy several.
Yeah.
So
it's
that
Rag
makes
Company,
sense.
and
In sheer volume. Okay, so that's towels. But what about chemical product?
Be honest. Throw it out there.
I would say
We're curious.
it's going to be a built hammer product.
Okay.
That's probably
Yeah.
the most sold product. Probably something like the snow foam.
Okay.
Corosol, the wheel cleaner.
So you're telling me it's not stripper scent?
There isn't a product called Stripper Scent anymore.
Oh.
It's called Chemical Guy's Signature Scent.
Ah.
Oh, they classed it up. Oh,
They classed it up.
that's not as fun
It's
anymore.
right next door to the Chemical Guy's Morning Wood.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
So,
takes the classiness right
Fun
back
fact is when we were over in the UK over at Clean and Shiny, I was so amazed of how many just scented products that John has there, just scents,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
he explained to me that the scents over there were really important. A lot of people
Yeah.
love the scents and the
I
air
like the way things
fresheners,
smell.
and a couple. I mean, he has a whole rack. You have your whole rack of normal air fresheners, hanging air fresheners, and then you have the really cool vials there with the liquid inside of them. Those are amazing. But then just the normal scents. But what I really, I guess, took away from that whole thing was that the UK and a lot of the brands over there just do scents better than we have here in the US.
Yeah.
They do. Their
you
scents
guys
are
got
awesome.
a lock on.
Like I was going through every single
scents.
product, just smelling different stuff, and I was asking the clean and shiny team, like, "Hey, what's your favorite scent?" And they're like, "Oh, we smell so many. You know, try this one, try this one." And I'm just in heaven. I'm like,
Anthony was in heaven.
Everybody
I
knows
love the
Anthony
smells.
is our smell guy.
Well, and it's funny
He's a
because
scent horse.
they're
Yes.
like, I'm like, can I miss
Scent
this?
horse hair.
Scent hound. Scent hound. That's what the word is.
Well, I'm like, can
It's
I
like a
miss
bloodhound.
this? And they're like, I could tell they didn't want me to miss it, right?
No.
Because they smell so much of that stuff every day. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to miss it anyways.
Lauren and Dave were
You
like, we're gonna
monster.
get grossed out here, bud.
Yeah. Let's just say it smelled like those scents for like the rest of the day. And I was like, it's strong. It's very strong.
and they're
I
just
like
cowering in the corner. Please, no more.
Please,
Make
sir.
it stop.
We can't. We really want to tell Anthony no, but he's just so happy.
They saw your smiley face. Next up, Dane explains what a stepdaddy is to the IROC woman's kids, also providing references to her parole officer. G. Davis from the back.
That was it.
Oh my God.
I don't think.
So good.
Wow.
Well, you see, when a man loves a woman.
Her parole officer. Oh my God,
Oh,
dude.
that's so good.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was next
Dane,
level.
did you tell her that you go live every week on YouTube?
Thank
For
God,
tune in?
no.
Oh God.
Levi,
man.
with your 20-minute one step, do you always use an orange foam or other color pads? Hans, it depends on the car. Sometimes it just test spot. Test spot, test spot, test spot,
Yeah,
test spot.
pick a spot that isn't immediately obvious to everybody who walks past the car.
No, but you don't have to do a very big section. You can do a quick little pass, and sometimes, man, the orange pad kills it.
I mean, that's
and it's
kind
like,
of the
wow, that's the
go-to.
most amazing transformation, and you know it's going to be huge. And I try to do my test spot in the same amount of speed that I'm going to run my body through the rest of the vehicle,
Yeah.
so that I can see, like, I'm not spending 10 minutes on one little section.
It's a test spot.
I'm literally spending 40 seconds just and then wiping.
And
going
now
like,
I know.
yeah, that's pretty good. And then I'll do a different pad, and I'll go, oh, that's actually better. I'm doing the whole car like this. So that's how I work it out. So little test spot, very fast, in the same speed that I'm going to be running myself through the car. So
Nice.
Luke Berge, so texting while driving is dangerous. Is typing for the Q&A while driving okay? Luke, if you have Siri, just tell her what you want her to
Yeah,
stop.
don't
She'll
be
do it for ya.
don't be sitting there clicking on the digits when you're driving.
Yeah, CJ Byrne 27 says, thanks, Levi. Quinn asks, what do you recommend using for decontaminating a coating after a long winter? Parax.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
Quinn, I
chemical decon.
I really like your thumbnail.
Nice.
What is it?
It's the dude.
Oh, it is.
It's chilling.
We got Bobby Germano says, I shower with hot water, air dry, then I buff myself and apply a glaze.
Oh, very nice. Bobby.
So
That's,
we
that's an
actually,
that's a
intimate
good
evening
routine.
right there.
so we actually talked about foaming Levi in the previous top 5 things you may or may not know about Breakbuster
I like to build up a wicked laugh.
Wicked laugh.
in the shower
With Cremo.
with Cremo. So
That way it's-
Cremo is actually the official body wash of the Rag Company podcast team.
When we're on the move.
well, except for
Yeah.
Dane, because he doesn't use it.
So what is that?
Anthony, well,
I
you-
love Cremo. I just
Okay.
haven't bought any for myself.
What is that?
Okay,
What is
he
that?
uses Anthony and
It's
I.
I normally
it-
use Old Spice.
Cedar and cypress is what I believe that one was, right?
Cedar and bergamot, I think.
No,
or
it's
cypress and
blue
bergamot.
cedar and cypress.
Probably blue cedar and cypress.
So it's available at Target. You can buy it for around, I think it's $8
Yep.
for.
Or you can get on
body wash.
Amazon.
On
Pick up
Amazon.
2 bottles for $8.
Yeah, and I love that smell of that body
I'm
wash.
actually almost out. Like today will probably be my last shower before I have to buy another bottle.
So
no.
Katie says that
Call that the English gentleman.
I need to use all of my body wash up before I can order more of that body wash,
Oh.
and because she doesn't like a lot of bottles in the shower.
So you have a lot of bottles in the shower.
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't want any more. And
Do
so
you have more than one shower in the
I have more.
house?
Yes, I do. I have 2, but I only like to use mine. And so I have Harry's body wash. I have
Yep,
the
I've seen that
the
when
Cremo
you
Blue
travel.
Cedar and Cypress. I have a couple. I have some Old Spice ones that I'm just no longer a fan of. I've been introduced to a higher class of body wash, and I've tossed the Old Spice, tossed all the old,
Yeah.
Don't care. Still love Old
Dove
Spice.
and all of that. I just don't use it anymore
I
because
got Old Spice Bear Glove,
Oh,
Yeah.
love Bear
and
Glove.
then I use the Cremo. I love those. Those are my
Ooh.
2 favorites.
I have Everyday Jack as well.
Ooh,
and
Everyday Jack is good.
Everyday Jack focuses on woodsy scents, and so they have cedarwood. Sandalwood is fantastic.
The ones
they
I
also have
was looking
some
at,
mint.
checking out, is the new Duke Cannon line.
Really?
Now,
Okay.
what's that?
Duke Cannon. It's like a man's man from like the World War II style.
Interesting.
Okay.
So, John, are you a fan of body washes, or are you more of a fan of?
They're so involved now.
He's like,
This
I
is
didn't
like-
You
know.
like bar soap?
I
Are you-
didn't know this was going to go this way.
Oh, it goes
It's like
in-
I use detailing products
John,
on
we
myself.
spent
I don't
3
know.
episodes talking about suitcases.
Yeah,
We will talk
those.
about almost anything.
Yeah, we would
that
deep
was
dive.
those were some hard Q&As to swallow
Some of
right
the
there.
funniest and best.
on,
things.
on a different note,
Committed.
Did you get your potpourri from
He
Oh,
did.
yeah.
MBM?
So
Yes.
I did. I have my
Should she go grab it?
I don't have the packaging. I only
Well,
have.
talking
I
about
have,
packaging,
I
you
have,
just bring
I
the
have
tray
on
in.
the. I have it on the tray.
Hopefully it doesn't blow away with the fan. We can get that smell in.
Yeah, we can go ahead and bring that in.
Yeah.
And so
Let's.
I did order that, and so that was Santa Maria, something.
It's strong.
Ended up costing me about, I think, $35 for this
Wow.
for this bag of potpourri from New York. Because they actually have a distributor in New
Okay.
York, and I was able to get that. Santa Maria Novella is what it is. And Mr. Ivan
Hey.
LaCroix himself. Take
There's an Ivan.
a seat.
There we go.
Oh man. Wow.
He's jumping in on this.
All right.
He's taking over for Levi Gates.
Excellent.
I think he went to go get some potpourri. He really did.
Nobody saw that coming. That's awesome.
So, thank you, Levi. For are you
Yes.
Take a sniff.
Oh wow.
Oh, John,
It's a very nice potpourri.
No, I knew.
This
It's-
is
it's-
smell that.
signature NVM.
That's the MVN smell in London.
Yeah, so it's not marijuana. You can trust
Just,
us on that. So let's go ahead and
bust the door down.
let's get to some questions. So I want Ivan to jump in on one of these.
Yeah.
So we have one coming up here in just a minute. So we got Vikash Patel says, is that what it says? Vikash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Says, hey guys, we got Robbie Shaw says, just placed an order last night to try out Breakbuster, see what everyone's talking about. TRG is awesome. I don't know who TRG is.
I love when everybody talks about the rag company.
We got Brian G says, well, looks like we'll be going through lacquer thinner. Then did 2 trucks and it was bad enough tree crud
yeah.
to cut to that. Okay.
You want lacquer
Yeah.
thinner if you're doing some trucks.
And so Chris Weiss is blue and white ones, and then we have Garage. What does that say?
Logician.
So you want to go ahead and read that for us, Ivan?
Yeah, my daily has OptiSeal
Whoop,
and Optimum.
Mike, a little
Car Wax.
closer to your face there, Ivan.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Sorry. Yep.
So my daily has OptiSeal and Optimum Car Wax. Thanks. Topped with Bead Maker, and I've been using O&R, but I want to try O&R Wash and Wax. Will the wax work on top of the Bead Maker? Would you still use Bead Maker as a drying aid? Yes and no. You can use Bead Maker as a drying aid. It is a great drying aid. You can also use Optimum Car Wax as a drying aid. You can use OptiSeal as a drying aid. So any one of those 3 will work great as a drying aid, and they do sort of play well together.
Yeah.
I would say with O&R Wash and Wax, I mean, so most of the time when you're looking for a drying aid, you're looking for added lubrication. There's a lot more
use
lubrication
more-
to the wash and wax than
more to wash
traditional
and wax,
O&R.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
that is
Yeah. A drying aid, there's 2 ways of looking at it. It's either a drying lubricant or a drying aid. If you're washing with soap and water, you need a drying lubricant. So Bead Maker, OptiSeal, Optimum Car Wax, whichever one you want to use. But when you're using O&R Wash and Wax, or even O&R, you technically do not need a drying lubricant. What you do need in that case is a drying aid. And that drying aid is just to make drying easier. So if you're having a cold day, that drying aid actually makes it easier to dry. But
Yeah.
as far as lubrication goes, it's not necessary.
So it's just more the same product, essentially. You
Yes.
apply it on there and helps you out.
Exactly.
okay. So we got Hans Closen says, better watch the wheel wells after buying that Volvo or Miata for some strange radar detectors. That,
No, that was apparently left somewhere in a dumpster.
it was
Yeah.
left somewhere. So, Dave, you want to read this next one?
Oh man, that's a fun story. You'll see that later. Let's see. White Rice 87. Chemical recommendations for breaking down house paint on carpet. Something I can use along with a steam cleaner.
I haven't
Well,
given this to you.
Yeah, I'm
House-
gonna hand this one off to you.
House paint on carpet. What
House
would you
paint
use?
on carpet, tar remover.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Optimum tar adhesive and rubber remover actually works well on house paint as well. It's not going to damage your carpet. It may require some dwell time. And
Yeah.
worst case scenario, power clean, but be careful, be cautious, and you need to rinse it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a problem.
All right. So I think the introduction of the steamer to really kind of break that down is going to be a huge help to soften that up, and I think that'll probably be one of the biggest helps along with the cleaner there. So, Krista Thomas says, "Okay, I have a new motorcycle detail. It has spokes. Ideas." So I think you're referring to spokes on the wheels there.
Wheel body brush works great for that.
We need to get you the mic.
Well, I can talk pretty loud. You guys can.
Yeah, but for the folks who don't want an echo.
Yeah, if it was me, I would clean the wheels with a wheel cleaner, and then I would use the wheel and body brush that we have, the green tipped one, to scrub all the spokes on both sides. This way you can get into everything. Yeah. Rinse it off, and then if you have compressed air, just blow the wheels off. It's much easier to dry that way, or like a blower.
Yeah. And then in those smaller areas, because if it is a traditional chrome spoked wheel like we used to have, the wheel and body brush can do 90% of the work. And then those nice fine brushes you guys have, Detail Factory brushes, those are great for getting really in between the spokes along the edge of the wheel and along the hub.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. All right, so going down here, so we got Alkaline Top Hat. Says G20, is the rag company becoming its own country? Can I be a citizen?
Let's hope not. That's
Would you want to be a part of this country? Really? I mean, I don't know. We're a bunch of crazies here.
No, it's a politic-free zone.
I mean, it's just
and
we talk it
politics. Yeah.
It's Pepsi, it's Optimum, it's Euroshack.
Now, has you guys gotten the sponsorship yet?
So we were
I noticed that.
we were sent shirts. That's the closest we've come.
Got shirts and hats.
And a letter,
We're
nice
gonna
letter.
work on Iron Brew next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iron Brew.
Yes.
It's gonna be our next go round. So
Last time I was here, I remember doing something like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Still trying.
Yeah.
when Ivan brought some of his own LaCroix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's got your freaking name on it.
I remember that. Okay, so we got Danny Israel says, John, I forgot, is Detailing World and the YouTube channel related to Clean and Shiny? I always like continuing to learn.
Detailing World and Clean and Shiny are two separate things. Sorry, I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
I've got his Detailing World and the YouTube channel related to Clean and Shiny. No, Detailing World's YouTube channel is Detailing World. Clean and Shiny's YouTube channel is Clean and Shiny.
Okay, cool.
But I am part of both.
He's involved in both.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for watching.
We got Mike Kraz here says, hey guys, what product delivers the most shine for a car show?
Oh, that's like when people ask, "What's the best?" and then you
yeah.
fill in the blank.
That's the most shine.
Instant detailer
And gloss enhancer. That's what I prefer.
It's
if you're at
pure,
the show, you've got a bit of dust. Instant detail and gloss enhancer is going to help remove that dust. It is not going to last. It is not a wax. It is not a long-lasting product. It is pre-polymerized. So as you put it on the vehicle, that is at its best. It's at top, and it's going downhill from there.
Yeah.
So, but for 5-6 days a week, it is looking great. It's slick, it's shiny, and fingerprints will not stay on the car quite easily.
It does provide a noticeable difference, particularly on vibrant color vehicles. Like anything that's like a red or an orange or a bright blue, it really pops after that.
And it's inexpensive.
Yeah, it's not expensive, guys.
No. Yeah. So, there's lots there's a lot of options there, but that's an easy one for you. You know, it's very affordable too. So, going down, we got Ben Sroka. I can't see what he says. Best.
Best detail spray.
Gotta scroll
Best detail
down.
spray,
Scroll
Is
down.
it spray or clay?
I'm
It
thinking
could-
it's saying best detail spray, but I'm not sure if Morgan's scrolling or
She is trying to do something with her hands on.
she's on the laptop, but I don't think
We
it's.
can see the cursor moving.
Yes.
So there's
So-
a good sign there.
Perhaps Levi needs to go around the corner and.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Detail spray.
there's some movement.
Yeah. All right, bring it all the way down.
All right, let's keep it going.
Best detail spray.
Okay.
There's thousands of them.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite, Ben?
That is the right answer.
Oh no.
If you already like one, then
The
you're
one
set.
you have in your garage right now, that's the best detail spray and the one you should be using.
And our friend Anthony has commented, "Hey guys, currently watching the live stream while filming a new Civic vlog. Thumbs up. Thanks all."
Trying to throw the scent off the trail.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What do you? I literally haven't touched my phone.
I like how he knew it was him though.
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Like I couldn't have been me.
We'll catch that schemer
So,
one of these days.
so best detail spray. So again, it goes down to the what defines the best for you, and it also depends on what you're looking for because, are you looking for best thing to clean dust off? Are you looking for best thing to add gloss? Right? Are you looking for the best thing to do both? Or
there is no best.
Yeah,
In detailing, there's no wrong way to do anything. There's no right way to do anything. There's no best way to do anything. It's just, is your customer happy and are you happy?
Is
Then
car
you
clean at
did
the
it
end?
right
Is
way.
it shiny?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like your Jaguar that we just finished putting
Yeah.
Pro Plus on. It's clean and shiny.
Thank you very
Hey.
Exactly. plug. It's clean and shiny, and you're gonna like it.
No, I loved it already, and now I love it even more.
Well, Jimmy is just drooling over it right
Oh,
now.
good.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, if Jimmy likes it,
Yeah.
then we're good.
Okay, we got somebody who
Danny
never
Israel?
Oh,
heard
yeah,
of before. Says, "Hey, all day, Anthony, what are you doing to the Civic?" I'm not sure. I'll have to answer. We got
Well, you
Adam-
know a guy who knows them. You should ask that guy.
I can ask that
Yeah.
guy later. Adam Thurman says, "I can't afford your Volvo, homie." So,
Sorry, bud.
Sorry, Dane. And haha, the pickup would be perfect for a mobile detailing instead of the 04.
Yeah. He's not a fan of his Civic, but he does have one.
Okay. Well, the little red truck is great at hauling things to the
Yes.
junkyard.
It'd be perfect for ultimate image detailing.
Yes.
It's
But-
already red.
You're set.
And the next question is spectacular.
What's
Here
the
we go,
diff-
John.
John,
If it
Yes.
hasn't already been answered, what are some of the differences between the US and UK detailing?
Perfect.
Oh, alkaline
How do you guys
dot
do
net.
things different than us?
He read our minds.
Well, snow foam.
you guys use a lot of.
You guys
Yeah,
use a lot of
UK
snow
seems
Yeah.
very interested in
Yeah.
snow foam.
as a
Coloured
pre-
snow
as a
foam.
pre-foam.
Yeah,
A lot of more pre-foamers.
yeah.
Their steering wheels on the different side of the car.
That would be another thing. I keep going to the wrong side here.
I'm like, you can follow me. You don't have to get in the back. That's cool.
Every time you get in, you're like, wait.
But yeah, some of the differences, I don't know.
Like, do you see a bigger use of brushes? Are you seeing things like that? Are you seeing that are we doing anything different in our process that you've seen us play with in the last couple of days that would be different than what you guys would do over there?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
actually, no. I
Okay.
genuinely, the way
Well, that's
you've
a
done stuff, it's
Good
it's,
thing, I would
yeah.
imagine.
And when I started doing what I'm doing in detailing all those years ago, we were looking at the US and replicating what the US was doing. And then I think a few years later it went the other way, and the US was looking at what the UK was doing. So I think they are very similar.
Yeah, I think
When we go to Waxstock, though, we do notice there's a lot of product lines over there that we don't have here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of our product lines here are over there.
Right,
So
yeah.
there's.
I think
There's
I think and that next question I'm not going to be able to answer that one because I don't know who Bowden's is.
I know
anyway,
that one.
Yeah.
oh man, I love.
So,
Bowden's.
I was just looking at that going.
Oh, you have to watch your YouTube videos.
Oh.
They're priceless.
That's
They're
hilarious.
too good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Danny Israel says, John, what sprayable fragrance lasts for more than a few days? What is your preferred application method?
Well, I don't have many that last more than a few days. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And what I do is I tend to spray it into the mats in the back of the car, but I don't have many people sitting in the back of my car.
So
So
Except
I
for
would
when we
mist
sat
it.
3 across.
one
yeah, well, apart from then,
one thing that I'd like to ask somebody that really focuses on scents and fragrances for interiors and things like that, right? Or are they oil based, or what are those based on, right? And is there ever any buildup that happens on carpets and fabrics and things like that that would happen with time?
So,
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when I worked at a car wash when I was a wee lad, we would use fragrances and we would spray them on the carpet, and we would spray them either
remember
right on the
those.
sill plate.
You had your cherry vanilla, and you had what other?
My favorite was New Car.
There's New Car. What was
Pina
it?
Colada.
Pina colada.
Pina
that's
colada is
that's
where
what
it's
my
at.
mom used when I was a
New
kid.
Car and
Yeah.
Pina Colada were my two go-tos, but we had these oil-based scents that was,
Yeah.
it was like vegetable oil almost, but it was
Yeah.
scented.
Correct, and they were colored on that, and so when you would see the scent thing on the fill thing, right? So you'd press it, and then you'd go and spray
you'd
it
fill up
on.
your bottle,
Yep.
your 32-ounce bottle, and you'd have them, and they'd all be labeled, and
Yeah.
the customer would pick the scent they wanted, and we'd spray it. Well, what we noticed was people would spray it right on the rubber mats, and that would make the rubber mat slippery because you've now put a silicone-based or oil-based product all over the rubber mat. So we started changing it and putting it up on the floor mat or on the carpet right below the dashboard to where the mat was right in front of the gas pedal.
Yeah.
Well, that had a huge. You'd see cars that would come through every week or whatever. They'd be washing. You could see that part of the carpet start to darken.
Yeah.
Because of the
attracts the
oil,
dirt,
it
yeah.
attracts so much dirt. So where we were spraying in repeated areas of customers that we would see coming through the car wash, those spots you could go, oh, that's where we're spraying
And
the.
people
And that
that
was the
put
first time I learned that.
Yeah, and people that put those little like
little direction more towards your mouth
yeah,
there.
sorry, people that put those little vent clips with
Yeah.
oils in them.
Mhm.
Those are definitely oils, and any detailer can tell you that cleaning the windows that have those little vent clips on
Yeah, it's not
becomes
easy.
more challenging.
Yeah.
Smears, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so that's where the sprayable fragrances, right, is nice and as convenient as they seem, right? It's how many times are you going to spray in that exact same spot underneath the passenger, underneath the passenger side, where the AC brings it back through, or how many times are you going to spray it into your seats? Because I have felt seats that I've had too much fragrance sprayed on them, and they feel different. They feel
Yeah.
oily, right? Softer at first, but how much buildup can you have? And then to remove that, technically you need an extractor, and you need some pretty strong all-purpose cleaner into your cleaner to really get all those oils out, because you can only have so much buildup.
Yep.
And if the scent only lasts a couple days and you're building up all this oil that doesn't break down properly,
Yeah.
How many detailers have?
I mean,
Sorry, sorry, John. How many detailers have detailed folks who work in like a diner, cook
Yeah.
a lot of hamburgers and French fries, and use a lot of
Yeah.
cooking oil, and they get in and out of their seats, they're covered in grease, and
Yeah.
that's just.
that was
cooking oil.
us at Boise Fry Company yesterday.
Yeah.
I say, or
I
the
smell
people
it.
who consume
It
it.
smelled like a
we're
burger for an entire day.
But-
a hearty lot.
Yeah, but it's just like they're in the back working, cooking all day.
Yeah.
And it gets on their clothes, and then they get in their vehicle. Then they get out, and they go work,
Yeah.
get back in. Like it starts to transfer to the seats the same way, only in a much faster pace than say a scent. But same thing. It starts to build up.
So maybe if you were to spray it on something, I'd spray it on something that is replaceable. So rather than maybe spraying it on your carpet, spray it onto maybe your rear mats or something. You know what I mean? Something that's not dangerous, like rubber mats.
Yeah.
But also a lot of those sprays, they say specifically, do not spray this on plastics.
Right.
Because it will discolor those plastics, and it will do things to those plastics that you don't want.
Under
The
the
other,
driver's seat is always good.
Yeah, under the driver's seat. So somewhere maybe that you won't be able to see or won't build up a lot of dust or dirt.
the other thing is don't spray them down your vents.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've had customers spray them down the vents, and then obviously modern cars, electronics.
Yeah.
We've had people coming in going, oh, I've had this issue with my air vents, and it's like, where'd you spray your air
Screen's
fresheners?
doing this. Blah, blah.
And they're like, oh, down the vents.
Well, and I've seen cars before that have had the oil-based air fresheners inside the vents, right, that have spilled or something has happened within that, and you see the splatter within that vent that you cannot clean off.
Yeah.
No amount of all-purpose cleaner will be able to clean that discoloration off, and it looks
But
pretty
now
bad.
that has me thinking, when you see all these people doing steaming stuff and they're going down the vents, is that
Yeah, 'cause you've got all the vents
recommended
that
on a newer
automatically
vehicle?
adjust, yeah.
It kind of seems like it would open a can of worms you don't want.
A big can.
Okay.
A big can.
All right, so we're gonna keep going. So
Oh.
we went down the rabbit hole there. So
Yeah.
Alkaline Top Hat says, also, John, what are your takes on Bowden's own products? Where do they slot in the detail? So that would be an Australian-based detail company.
And
Is
they
where
are
they're at.
extremely amusing. Like
They have a great
their,
sense of humor.
Their videos are hilarious,
Yeah.
and I want to give big credit to that.
Yeah. All right, Dane, go ahead and read this next comment.
Oh, gee, Davis, always in with a good laugh. True story. At wife's birthday dinner Saturday, my dear mother leans over and quietly asks, I watched the last Q&A. What is this jagoff they keep mentioning? Check, please. Oh, gee.
Jagging off,
Oh,
man.
jeez.
Said it wrong. Jagging
Oh,
off.
jagging
This is
off. Oh, there is an
jagging
N in
off.
there. I didn't even see.
Jagging off.
Who's
Spelled
this
it right.
jagoff? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, well.
Well,
No.
you know, jagging off with friends, jagging off
Oh,
on your own. Dane does it all.
Well, that's play. Okay, now before we go too far, I will say one thing. As far as differences between the UK and US, it popped into my head, especially with Ivan here. It's a good point to address. It seems like in the UK, they haven't adopted rinseless washing as much as maybe we have here in the States. So it's the kind of thing. That's probably the biggest difference
Yeah.
I can think of, because you guys still love your foam and
Yeah.
your soaps and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's not that there's anything wrong one way or the other. It's just a matter of difference of opinion or
Absolutely.
certain the reason people adopt it for versatility's sake here with a lot of warmer weather too. It's nice to not have to worry about when you leave something on the surface, you can still clean it up after.
But sales of ONR in the UK are exponentially growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's
And
good.
new resellers.
Yes.
Clean and shiny.
Exactly.
Yep, just
Well,
put that out
thanks
there.
to people like you.
Yep.
Because we've been asked for years, where do I buy O&R? And nobody carried it, or very few carried it. We'll put it that way. And now John has it in stock. In gallons, in quarts, or in liters. Sorry.
Yep.
So in 3.78 liters and 946 milliliters. So there we
In
go.
stock, ready to go.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
now you know.
Well, and one big thing too is I was asking when we were over in the UK. I was asking, because I'm weird about this. I'm like, do you guys have hard water here? You know, how hard is your water here? Do you know? Because for the people that are like, are you worried about water?
You're asking
drying
the hotel
or
clerk,
or
and
soap drying in
she's
direct
like,
sunlight?
"Ah."
Well, then it hit me. I'm like, okay, we had sunlight for like one day there. You know, for the most part, they're not really worried about the sun drying a lot of that water. But everybody gave me different answers. Some people are like, oh, we have the hardest water here. Oh, we don't have hard water at all. It was different, right? When we were in
depends.
Scotland, they said there was no hard water.
Yeah.
When we were down with you, I think they said that you did have hard water in certain
Depends
areas.
which part of the UK you're in.
Okay, gotcha.
The
Scotland
plumbing
does
is
have-
different.
Yeah.
Scotland is not as hard as down
Yeah,
south.
and that's when I was like, well, what about rinseless washing? Well, why would you do that? Because of hard water. Oh, we don't have hard water. Oh, okay. All right, so let's keep going down here. Where are we at? Hans Closen.
Ooh, 10 minutes left. We got to start getting through these.
We talk about all kinds of things in here except the swing party at Dane's, including a Christmas tree.
And it's a great party.
Oh.
Just
Yeah. Well, Ivan, let's foam. So, Ivan, the big thing in here is everybody's super occupied with foaming O&R. It's not a thing.
not going to happen.
They always ask.
They
Yeah,
just
chemically, don't even try to go
Don't
there.
stop trying.
Yeah. So, Ivan, are all paint preps similar in their cleaning ability prior to coating? Paint prep is much more economical in gallon when compared to others. Every company has their own paint prep for a reason. So, if you're using an Optimum coating, use Optimum paint prep. If you're using another brand of coating, use their brand of paint prep. They're engineered systems. They are designed to work together.
It'll work better that way.
Yes,
it really
exactly.
Yeah.
wants to know why we need to address Dane's vaping issue.
Yeah, for some reason he messaged me the other day about saying, like, don't lie, I know you something vape. And I'm like, I've literally never vaped,
I've
ever.
never seen
Okay, Luke.
Dane vape. No.
But it's just his new thing he's focusing on.
Okay. He foams, but he doesn't vape.
Yeah, that's true.
So got Demal one says hi from Vancouver. Is that Chuck Liddell in the back? We got Bait Addict says also Ivan. Do they have any thoughts on Beadmaker after the coating properties of Optimum Gloss Coat or OptiCoat Pro negatively?
Negatively, no. Yes, it is going to change the beading properties because you're putting something on it. So instead of having the beading properties of your Gloss Coat or your OptiCoat Pro Plus, you now have the beading properties of Beadmaker on it. So
And then when that goes away, you're back to OptiCoat again.
exactly.
So, yeah.
And I don't think that transition is like this seamless thing.
No.
I think it's something that happens over time where you might say, oh wow, that sheeted off really fast, or maybe that sheeted off slower.
Exactly.
And depending on exposure and stuff, some areas are going to wear faster than others.
Yeah.
So
Well, on OptiCoat Pro Plus, whether it be Beadmaker, whether it be OptiSeal, whether it be Optimum Car Wax, nothing stays on there for more than 5 or 6 days anyways.
Yeah.
fair point.
It's shedding.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, we need a microphone for that, just to make sure people didn't mishear you.
It's shedding.
Oh,
Okay,
that's what it
okay,
was. We
all
weren't
right.
sure what you
Oh, we're in
said.
the middle
Yeah,
there.
Just
there.
share.
Okay, so let's see here. So Dana Israel says Cremo shave cream is great. I don't doubt it. Bedak says, and last question, maybe moving from Vancouver, BC to Montreal.
Oh.
How punishing are the winters there? ETC, salt on cars. I was going to be power washing the undercarriage every few days.
No need to power wash the undercarriage every few days, but yes, the winters are not exactly easy. And they use all sorts of fun stuff on the roads. They use salt, magnesium chloride, beet juice, you name it. So yeah, you want to keep your cars clean in the winter.
G. Davis says, Ivan would be a great voiceover actor. # Optimum Prime.
Actually, I used to do that. So
That's
I used to do
amazing.
the really annoying commercials. You know, like, how much would you pay for all this? $49.95, $39.95. No, the special television offer, only $19.95. Canadian residents, please add $49.95 shipping and handling.
Head on. Apply
too
directly
good.
to the forehead.
Dane, take it from here. And then Levi, we might have to have you grab a mic and power through these.
Oh, yeah. All right. Garage Logician. Thanks, Ivan. You and the TRC have taught me so much. If you're ever in Minneapolis, I'd like to shake your hand. All right. Noted.
Danny Israel, wow, it's a party in there. Everyone want to sign my TRC rent sticker?
think
Danny, you
it
got to
says no
put it in
order
the
sitting down
comments
there.
down at the when you
Your
place
order.
your order.
Yep.
Vikash Patel, hey John, did you stock Last Cut and the Optimum products mentioned in this chat?
We stock Optimum. We don't stock Last Cut right now.
There
Right.
you go. Right now.
Right
Dot,
now.
dot, dot, right now.
Alkaline Trio, I'd like to put together some demonstrations to show the dirt encapsulation compatibility of O&R. So far, I found that it prevents dirt from sticking to the bottom of the buckets. Any other suggestions?
No, Ivan's probably
Yeah,
got
just
it.
take it. Yeah.
I think I know what to do. Take a white car that has dirt on it. Spray O&R on and just film that. You'll see it actually lifts the dirt off the car and it floats it or encapsulates it and keeps it in the beads of water.
And then pulls it off.
Exactly.
Easy. Pointless Toast. Would O&R work well as a detail spray or lube conditioner while polishing or compounding? Yes, yes, yes. I've seen this done. I just don't know if it's a good idea or
It
not.
is.
Pointless
It is.
Toast, it is. I always kept a bottle of O&R able to clean out my pads or add a little more lubrication to the pad. I also cleaned all my pads with O&R. So we put those in the pad washer. We do that today. Adam Thurman, are you guys stoked for SEMA? Yes, Adam, very.
Yes.
Derek Harrison, what are the chances of Optimum spending more or sending me some products to test free of charge?
Not good. Not good.
I don't even get them free of charge. I work there.
Alkaline top hat, is it more common in the UK for the ordinary person to invest in paint correction, or are the vast majority of cars whirly swirly?
There's a lot of swirly cars, but there's also a lot of cars that do pay for paint protection. A lot of the dealer cars, when they come out, are swirly, but a lot of people are now realizing what the swirliness is and paying detailers when they buy a car rather than just having the dealer prep done on it.
So more people are figuring out what it is
Yeah.
they're looking at.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude Man Bro Sauce, Ivan is definitely one of my favorite all-time detailing heroes. I look up to that man.
Oh.
Very nice.
Alkaline top hat. Ivan, I've noticed that after a few rains or a few weeks without a maintenance wash, I have trouble getting a car clean via O&R, 1 cap per gallon. If I mix it at 1.5 gallons, I don't have this issue. Okay. Can you explain why that's the case?
Well, I can't explain why it's the case. You're wasting product. You may want to pre-rinse, though. So take a bit of O&R and an IK sprayer, spray it on the car, and let it sit for 5 minutes. Even if it dries on the car, it's not going to be a problem. And then you'll break through. What the problem is you're just putting it on and drying it off. It's not having time to dwell. It's not having time to do its job.
There you go.
And that's a big thing. Ivan always goes back to mentioning dwelling and how that's an important part of the whole process.
I think I answered this.
Yeah.
Venom 966000007. I finally foamed O&R. Just use it straight with no dilution in the foam cannon. Genius.
Oh, jeez.
Hans Close and Ivan is Hyperseal longer
Psychotic.
lasting than OptiSeal.
You can answer that.
Yes, technically it is. Where am I? Oh, gotta go down, Morgie.
Down. There we go.
Ivan, if I have some questions after this Q&A, how can I get a hold of you? Ivan at opticoat.com.
There it is.
Or Instagram, Facebook, all
Yeah.
those great things.
You search for Ivan LaCroix on
Very
any of
messageable.
those. You're fine.
Rectangle here. What are some cool Optimum secret mixtures? For example, O&R and Protectant Plus.
Always looking for like killer
That's
combos.
one we recommend the most.
Yeah.
So for those of you wondering, you mix 1 ounce of O&R with 1 gallon of water, shake it, then apply 1 to 3 ounces of Protectant Plus into that mixture, and then shake it, and then put it into a bottle. And now you have an interior cleaner with some protectant in it. It's pretty awesome stuff. I don't really have anything else. Oh, OptiBond 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It was great.
Basically, follow the dilution ratios on the bottles. Those are pretty much our secret mixes.
Easy.
The not so secret.
Pointless
secret.
Toast, awesome. Thanks, you guys. You all are awesome. Dr. Sudsy, hello from Missouri. Danny Israel, ordered, placed. Comments left. Can you sign the sticker? Thanks for working on it, Dane.
Throwing it in my court.
Dane
All
did a
right.
sticker? Or we're making
No,
Dane do
he's
it?
saying,
Okay.
thanks for doing that, Dane. You're going to make sure that happens right, Dane.
Bait Addict, Ivan, get these guys to the big gold sponge. Definitely upgrade over the big red sponge.
Actually, it isn't. No.
What?
Yeah, the big gold sponge, when we did the original R&D on the 2 sponges, the big gold sponge, the only major difference between the gold and the red was the gold can be used with soap. So if you want to use soap, you have to use the big gold sponge. The red sponge does not play well with soap. So the big red sponge and the gold sponge, there's not an upgrade between the two. There's just a difference between the two. The big gold sponge and anything in the Opticoat maintenance line is reserved for Optico Pro installers. It is a little perk for them to keep their customer relation going. So unfortunately, we will not have it in great retailers like Clean and Shiny, like the Rag Company, or others. It is reserved for the Optico Pro installers. So, and the Big Gold Sponge is part of the Optico maintenance line.
Boom. There it is.
Okay, and then we got White Rice 87 says, used Optimum's gel coat restore recently on a boat. Fantastic product.
In other words, you followed the instructions.
Nice.
You know, it's funny. More people seem to have better results when they follow the instructions.
It's an amazing thing.
I don't know how that happens.
We're at the bottom, guys.
All right, Dane, so you're going to take it away.
4 seconds
So,
left, Dane.
4:59 p.m. here at Mountain Standard Time. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure you go down there, you click a thumbs up if you like this. Please don't do a thumbs down, but if you just have to, you can click on it. It's all engagement anyway, whatever. Make sure you subscribe to us, though. That does make a difference. We really appreciate it when you do that. And if you haven't already, go check out that Wash Wednesday where we foam a horse. I'm not even joking. That's a thing that actually happened. So check that out, and make sure you follow these guys. I'm going to give them an opportunity. Please, gentlemen, plug to the fine audience.
Okay, so Clean and Shiny, cleanandshiny.co.uk, Instagram, Clean and Shiny UK, Facebook, Clean and Shiny UK.
Ivan LaCroix, YVAN LACROIX, just about everywhere.
Excellent.
Right on.
All right, and that does it, guys. Well, until next time, this is us saying adios.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.